There we go. Happy birthday, man. It's kind of loud. What is up, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I was playing League, but I started inting, so I'm like, I'm gonna stream. It's been a while. It's been like a couple weeks because I've been moving. My partnership got denied again. Surprise, surprise. The only streams I really did was me playing VR and building a fucking TV stand, so I didn't expect the highest amount of viewership. viewership. So yeah. But we're here. We're ready to go. This is a video that CoffeeZilla made on SafeMoon, which is something I actually invested in, so that might be interesting to watch. I fucking hate crypto scams, dude. Has John ever stolen content or video ideas from you? Probably not. I don't think so. When was the last time you got a haircut? In August. I was gonna cut it, but then everyone's like, it looks good long, keep making it long. Finally stream at a normal time, yeah. I was gonna stream earlier, but I'm like, people aren't used to me streaming that early, so I waited till 3. Has John ever stolen content from you? No. I was thinking of making a video on the John Swan ship, but then I'd have to go through all the Cammy messages and Discord and like stream clips or whatever. It's just a lot to go through. So I don't know. I don't know how much I care. And I didn't cover the Janko stuff either, so I could do it though. Alrighty. What? Sonic Prime? Who cares about the rating? It hasn't even come out yet. Are you gonna watch the new Sunny V2 videos? What did he make? Why Mr. Beast's brother didn't succeed on YouTube? Because he doesn't have the YouTuber mind. Okay, let's watch it. It's only 8 minutes.
Of Mr. Beast did a pretty reasonable job of maintaining an average.
What's your opinion on all the John Swan stuff? I'm asking for the sake because I'm mixed on it. In isolation, the situation's forgivable when you take into context that the Dream situation happened, the Pieman situation happened, and to a lesser extent the Janko situation happened. It's like, why do you keep getting involved in Spurgy shit? So that makes it worse.
Career monthly view count of between 1 and 4 million. However, he'd post a total of only 29 full-length videos before disappearing from the channel around 10 months ago. It's when we take a quick glance over these 29 full-length videos that we begin to notice the very first reason as to why CJ was unable to find success to the same degree that his brother had, being that the Mr. Bro videos were almost indistinguishable from Mr. Beast's, giving it this feeling of off-brandedness as opposed to its own fresh project. The editing, ideas, and thumbnails were basically identical to Mr. Beast, whilst the crew, which included individuals such as Chandler's brother, didn't exactly feel all that creative or nuanced. CJ equals Jimmy, Zach equals Chandler, Tyler equals Chris. Together, they are the budget Mr. Beast team. It was as if he was the exact same as Mr. Beast, while at the same time being the complete opposite. The reason for this will be explained during CJ's first major appearance on YouTube, in which Jimmy would explain the extent to which Mr. Bro was going to be guided by Mr. Beast.
You have 5 helpers, a warehouse, office space. You got $100,000 $10 starting budget.
2 pennies.
We're doing your thumbnails for you, and we're helping you think of content.
Aren't you editing too?
I'm shouting you out and giving you over 1 million subscribers.
Now, it seemed like Jimmy was trying to teach his brother how to fish as opposed to giving him a fish, which was certainly the right approach in this scenario. The systems were set up for CJ in a way where he could achieve it.
What's up, bro? What's up? Yeah, he's such a weirdo. He sketches me out. Personally done with him. Yeah. I mean, you can still watch and enjoy his videos. Like, how much are you really invested in, like, John Swan? Like, if someone gets screwed over by John Swan lying or being, like, derpy, like, at this point, it's like, everyone already knows, right? Like, what's so... I don't know, he doesn't seem like a fucking threat or someone who could, like, screw you over and you wouldn't, like, know or whatever. Or he has power that, like, he could abuse or whatever. It's just like he is what he is. It's pretty transparent. Isn't it kind of wrong he convinced someone that they were wrong for sexting? Seems more groomer than actual claims. When are you betraying Augie? One day did. How's your day going? Pretty average, pretty okay. Let's finish watching this.
Instant success whilst learning about YouTube in the process. The problem was that since CJ had absolutely no prior experience with...
I like these videos because they're like long kind of commentary videos like Turkey Tom would make, but it's in like a very compact format. Like it's only 8 minutes, but it doesn't seem like he's stretching to 8 minutes. It feels very dense. I like it. I'm gonna go put on my hoodie 1 sec. I also need a pee soon, but I'll do that in like a minute or two. That's the thing, he barely makes videos. He just gets in goofy drama over and over. Yeah, true. And when he does make videos, like, it's not really about him, it's about other people, so you can still watch it and enjoy it. It is cozy.
YouTube, he wasn't really mixing these systems with his own pre-developed style or self-learned knowledge, and as a result was rather just replicating MrBeast branding in its entirety, giving it somewhat of an inauthentic.
Yeah, you need to like learn YouTube for sure. You need to like, you can't just be given everything and be expected to like succeed or maintain the channel. You gotta actually like learn how to do YouTube and not just copy paste someone else.
Feeling.
With Jimmy's mindset with giving money away, being a philanthropist, doing all the great things that he does every single day to make a difference in people's lives, I have that same mindset, and I also want to do the same thing just like my brother.
Now, it's probably safe to say that this was being done somewhat deliberately, so Mr. Bro could capitalize on MrBeast's existing brand, and in a lot of ways, there was massive upside to this approach. We say that Mr. Bro quote-unquote didn't succeed because we're comparing him to MrBeast. However, compared to any other new channel, his beginning was explosive. He did over 10 million views within his first 2 months on the platform. He'd cross over the 1 million subscriber mark prior to even that.
Do you think John Swan's a better editor or content creator? He's good at both, I think.
And his continual ability to gain upwards of 1 million views per upload, even after the initial shout out, would have without a doubt been, at least in part, a result of him having the ability to replicate the MrBeast success formula almost in its entirety. Additionally, being so similar to Jimmy, meant he could market himself as MrBeast's brother with a similar profile picture and all, giving him a continual attachment to MrBeast's relevancy. However, it was clear that being so similar to MrBeast also put a bad taste in some of his audience's mouths, judging from this Reddit post with over 1,000 upvotes, which was titled, "Guess Mr. Bro is just straight up copying his brother now," written in what seemed to be somewhat of a negative tone. Being marketed as MrBeast's brother also had its own disadvantages. It's likely that many of Mr. Bro's views were coming from people clicking on the videos to see what a video by MrBeast's brother looks like, as opposed to clicking on the video for the title, thumbnail, and idea itself. While this is probably a huge advantage for Mr. Bro's click-through rate, if people were clicking on the videos to simply observe the differences and similarities between the two brothers, there was no requirement to watch the full video. As a result, it's unlikely that CJ's watch time and audience retention was anything close to Jimmy's, which would have been a further disadvantage against CJ's channel. This sentiment of being too similar to MrBeast can be felt further when looking at the comments on the Gamer from Mars video from about a year ago made on a similar topic to this one. He tried to promote himself as MrBeast's brother, not CJ. You cannot try to be a carbon copy of something when you're just not. As always, MrBeast's brother should just be himself. That isn't a surefire path to success, but it's important to the longevity of the channel. Simple answer, if I'm gonna watch MrBeast's content, I'm gonna watch it from MrBeast, not the great value version. He needs to do his own thing. The problem with these comments is that
He stole from Tom and Nick. John hasn't seen any Spider-Man movies. Yeah, I don't know, like, I feel like who John Swan's pros and cons are like so fucking transparent at this point. Like, it doesn't really, like, there's nothing like secretive about John Swan anymore. It's just like he's good at editing. He's good at making videos. But he just gets like too involved in small drama, and then when he makes a mistake, he lies and tries to like downplay it instead of just saying I fucked up. He does say I fucked up, but like after trying to downplay it. I don't know. It's like probably like a natural defense mechanism or something. I don't know. It just is what it is. He put himself too high on a pedestal when creating his channel. Like, I don't even think like Turkey Tom or even like Nick branded themselves as like this arbiter of justice as much as like John Swan did subtly through his videos, especially with the Chris Hansen stuff and like the Anon Gene files. Yeah, I don't know. You should react to the clip of H3 saying he lost his sponsors. I mean, isn't it just him saying I lost my sponsors? That's it? Like, there's not much to it. I guess I could react to it. Twitter.com.
We have no sponsors because I am an existential threat to gay rights and all progress. So, of course, our wonderful fans have taken upon themselves to write all of our sponsors and to have them.
Doug Jug says it's weird because when he lies, put on the spot, he either keeps going or even caves and stays quiet. It's sketchy because I don't know if he's honest, so it kind of reflects on his video, I guess. But usually in his videos, he's just stating like facts. He's not like putting out opinion or stating facts that are like only coming from him. Like the facts are usually like on screen and stuff like that, right?
Not sponsor.
And they don't personally involve him, so I don't know why he would lie about facts that don't personally involve him, right? He only lies to like make himself look better.
Or not to support us.
But not many of his videos have been like about him, except for like the only ones that have been about him is like this one and this one, I guess. These two.
I'll just say this. I'm very thankful to our members because it makes this show kind of bulletproof to stuff like this. It's just painful that, people would do that. There it is. And, the other thing is, like, you expect a little more of the sponsors in a way, but I get it. There is, it's just transactional for them. But, I feel like I put so much into our good partners, and it's kind of crazy when they just drop you like a bag of dirt one over.
Now, I don't know if I'm just like drained of all fucking like emotion when it comes to shit like this, but like if I were in his position and I lost all my sponsors for something that I said and I stand by to an extent, or I apologize for or whatever, I guess I'd be annoyed, but I wouldn't be like sad. Especially if, like, for him, like, I mean, sponsors are important, but he still has, like, money. Like, he could quit for, like, 5 years and still be financially stable. So I guess it, like, sucks, but it's not, like, I don't know. I don't know how much of his income is, like, sponsors. If it's, like, 50% of his total income or something, then maybe, but... And then there was, like, another clip that Keem posted that I didn't see, because with there was, like, the controversy with Ethan, where he said some, like, crass comments about gay people, or gay sex in particular. And I watched Vosh's reaction to it, which was an hour long. And apparently, and I didn't think it was that bad based on that video, but apparently he didn't include the clips that Keemstar showed on his Twitter, which sound a lot worse than what I heard. Because I think he only showed, like, the gay caller coming in, but he didn't, like, show the comments that were made prior to him coming in, which were pretty bad. And I just saw this, like, earlier today, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Roll it.
He has some anal leaking. Now, we were saying, well, if he's getting blasted in the ass hard enough, potentially, you may need to wear a diaper. And a lot of you will say, like, okay, we've...
See, like, I didn't see that, because this wasn't part of the Vosh video that I want. And I thought Vosh would have showed everything, but I guess he didn't, or he just wasn't sent everything. So I watched... Where is it? Did he delete? No, it's here.
Stuff.
I watched this. And apparently, he didn't show, like, what Keemstar showed here.
We've had a debate, like, I don't think vaginas increase in size from sex, but...
Yeah, see, these comments are really weird. Because, like, what he was saying in this was just, like, he was just asking, like, the guy, like, what's a power bottom? And stuff like that. Like, kind of, like, slightly inappropriate questions, but he wasn't, like, going, like, super in-depth. He was, like, does stuff happen to your bunghole when you, like, put it in and shit like that? But it was, like, kind of offensive, but it didn't, like... He was trying to say it in a somewhat respectful way. I don't know. It wasn't, like, as bad, but, like, here, he's a lot more graphic.
But assholes actually do. If you have a lot of anal sex, you can actually blast open your anus.
Yeah, see? Like, I didn't hear this part.
Frequent anal sex can result in a blasted open asshole. Maybe he's just got railed real hard the night.
Like, this part, this is way more cringe than what was in the actual call. I don't know. I'm also autistic, so, like, asking weird questions to me isn't, like... I can see how people are uncomfortable by it, but like, this stuff, what is happening here is unacceptable. Because he's getting, like, way too, like, into it. Like, I feel like the badness of it is dependent on how graphic his language is. Because if he's like, oh, I think there's leaking when you put it in the bung, like, I guess that's pretty bad. But if he starts saying it, like, in depth, like, your ass gets blasted and there's, like, poo coming I don't know.
Before, he's a power bottom.
No,
That's an option. Power bottom.
So wouldn't that mean that the diapers aren't for him though?
No, if he's on the bottom, he's getting railed. That he's an enthusiastic receiver. Oh my god.
I mean, this is heavily clipped.
Nobody's gay. Power bottom is a guy who likes to wildly ride the peg of another.
Should we just watch, like, the actual H3 podcast? Because I don't want to, like... Oh, yeah, Dan saying for the fans to shut the fuck up did seem kind of triggering. It kind of reminded me of when he said, shut the fuck up if you're a fan of Keemstar in 2017. That kind of actually triggered me. Okay, let's see. Okay, here it is.
2.
10K dislikes. Okay. Oh, it's like one of the first things. Okay, caller. I should. Oh, he talks about Keem. Okay. 3 hours. God damn. Okay, at least they're chaptered. I'm so glad H3 added chapters to his videos. It took him a while, but it's like super useful. And I'm sure he gets more views that way too, because sometimes people only want to see a certain segment.
Diapers. Now,
Right.
I'm not one to talk because I admit that I bought diapers for my dad. Oh, come on, you guys. Why you got to do that to me?
What the fuck?
Why are you doing that to me? I don't even remember why
It's come up recently on the show too.
Why was I wearing those? I don't
I am going to play Sonic, Sam. I have a plan to play Sonic after this. But first, I want to look at some shit.
remember why. Oh, we were doing a sketch
Uh-huh. Yeah, I would imagine so.
on the old channel.
Wait, so I'll be right back. I need to pee. I'll be back in like a minute. I love you all. I'll be back. There we go. Rapid fire pee, dude.
Looking good.
Actually, yeah, it looks skinny then. All tucked in.
Any legend.
I just want the close up.
Yeah, so if you could open the diapers, please. We need a close up of the product here.
Okay, so we have depends.
So small, medium,
Small, medium, 60.
60 count,
Yeah.
maximum absorbency
Mhm.
for men and women.
That's great.
Now we were having a debate here. We're like, okay, well that's funny, but why is James actually buying diapers? And so obviously it could be, I mean, there's obviously like medical issues, which isn't funny. Like I don't know, what kind of medical issue would require you to wear a diaper?
Or if I really want to give him the benefit of the doubt, I suggested maybe he has a infirmed grandparent that he helps take care of or something.
I don't think that's true because it's small, medium.
Well, that could be.
Grandparents tend to be pretty big here. In
What's up,
America.
Oreo?
Just in general, right?
Yeah.
In general.
I mean, in
Yesterday
America, you're
was
not fitting
wild.
into small.
What happened yesterday? Didn't the John Swan shit happen 2 days ago? What happened yesterday?
Depends. It's just not
Yeah,
happening.
probably not.
I did
I mean, do
wash
any
my
of you guys have
hands.
grandparents who would fit into a small? Depends.
I just waited till the exact moment that I needed to pee, and then I peed super quick. Like right away, dude. I'm an expert at that shit, dude. I only go when I really need to go, so I don't stay in the bathroom for 100 years, dude. I'm a speedrunner at that
That's like
shit.
a 28 waist, dude. That's tiny.
When I worked at a doctor's office, we had diapers, and all old people. And they
Oh
were, like,
yeah, when
barely
you got
even
added
small,
to the
medium.
call,
That's the
true.
thing.
Already large.
Like even if you are like healthy, small waist, like you want to be comfortable. Small, medium. That's very small. Actually, can you look at the size chart? Like what kind of waist size is that for?
Depends. Size chart.
Yeah, let's
Take a look.
reverse engineer this.
A small is a 24 to 30 inch waist. A medium is a 21 all the way up to 37 inch waist. So,
Medium?
that's what it says. Depends.
Small,
Find your fit.
medium. But that's such a huge
I
range.
mean, I would be a medium. So I mean, those depends that he was ordering.
24 to 30. My God.
Yeah.
Small, medium. I would assume would be probably like 26 to 32. It's for him.
Oh my god, dude, the guy on the fucking adult diaper. Dude, imagine you're like a modeler, right? For companies to like model clothing, and you have to model adult diapers and smile. Oh my god, imagine. And then like you have kids, and your kids go into the grocery store and see dad in an adult diaper in the diaper section.
Definitely be in that extra large category. Those are generous waist ranges though.
Oh, absolutely.
45 to 64 inch. Holy God.
They're very stretchable and adjustable.
So your boy is, so let's just say it's definitely for him. And then the question is,
called anal leaking.
he has some anal leaking. Now we were saying, well, if he's getting blasted in the ass hard enough, potentially, you may need to wear a diaper. And a lot of you will say, like, okay, we've had a debate, like,
Okay, here's when it comes problematic. That comment was problematic. Blasted in the ass hard enough.
vaginas
God damn.
increase- size from sex, but assholes actually do. If you have a lot of anal sex, you can actually blast open your anus.
You can definitely get it a little stretched.
And we actually fact-checked that, my friends. We did some research.
Did you?
Yeah, AB sent an article that said frequent anal sex can result in a blasted open asshole.
It's not necessarily what he's saying, but the descriptor of how he's saying it, like ass blasting open and shit like that. Well, I mean, saying it at all is bad, but
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
To sum it
just
up,
crusty.
Yeah.
It's just crusty.
So we were
Just
thinking, well, maybe he
cringe.
just got railed real hard the night before, or maybe
Like, I don't think Ethan's homophobic or anything or bigoted. I just think it's super cringe.
it's for one. Maybe it's for his boyfriend who just, you know,
There was another possibility.
his boyfriend who just you know, finished his bar mitzvah or something, age-wise.
God.
And then
He talks about James Charles in a diaper for 20 minutes? What? And it's not even like he's having that much of a back and forth. Usually it's just like him talking and then like his producers interjecting for like 30 seconds. So Ethan like talks about probably like in total like 16 minutes of this time is just him talking about diapers.
we unlocked the real reason,
Right.
which is that we deducted that James actually got a butt job.
Right.
What does a BBL mean?
Brazilian butt lift.
Oh,
Bless you.
aren't those actually like surprisingly dangerous? I've
Well,
heard that
any-
people actually die from that procedure.
Any cosmetic surgery inherently has risk. I don't know if that one in particular.
Like I've heard that, yeah, because if they injecting fat into your ass, they can hit your veins and then you just die.
Ugh. One of the major risks of BBLs is a fat embolism,
Yeah,
according to this article.
which is that deadly?
An embolism in general is a pretty serious thing. So
How many dislikes does his response have?
Two.
Oh, people dislike this as well.
I imagine it can be. Yeah.
Doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
But he's fine, other than the anal leaking. Now, what's the recovery process
Anal
for a
leaking.
Because it seems like
Yeah.
a diaper might be included in.
Yeah, this beginning segment's way better because Vosh only started watching The Caller, and The Caller, I mean, there's like some cringe bits in it. Obviously, some stuff he shouldn't have said, but it's definitely not as bad as like this beginning part.
No.
Yeah. Apparently, there can be some bleeding, and I mean it makes sense, right? You're having surgery on the thing that you're sitting on all the time. You know, you could see.
Maybe he's also
leakage
he could be into
other
kind of a child play as a kink,
Yeah. It could
diaper play.
be. Could be. You can speculate on that. No, that's wrong.
Can you pull
Turn
up
off the
some,
music.
can you pull up some photos of his recent? Because he's been posting pictures of, and it's like, what the hell did you do, bro?
Well, there's that one that you posted recently.
What, with the giant nips?
Right. Yeah. Or he retweeted it or something, right?
Right, with the giant nips. But that photo is real, where his ass looks like monstrous.
Yeah. Yes.
So I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe we should do a poll.
What's
I'd be open to
What are the-
doing a
what are
poll.
the parameters
Here's a-
here?
and sorry, that was me. Yeah, so let's maybe do a poll.
This is on
So
1.5
the options are
times.
basically going to be.
what's going on with?
Now it's on
Right,
2
you're saying-
I'm
times.
just saying, maybe he's into diaper play. Can we? But also, like some kinks we can shame. I feel like I get it if you're into whatever, but like if you're wearing a diaper, I think we can make fun of you for that. Okay, guys. Sorry,
Well, especially when it's a dude who has been caught repeatedly messaging
trying to groom children. Yeah,
it's probably okay.
I think everything's on the
for a
table with
diaper
James,
king.
basically, which is why we love him. You know.
Yeah. What am I? what's
Okay,
the poll?
so he's a power bottom.
No, that would.
That's an option. Power bottom.
So wouldn't that mean that the diapers aren't for him though?
No, if he's on the bottom, he's getting railed. So he'd be a power bottom.
Okay.
Right.
I guess I'll take your word for it.
So power bottom, BBL.
BBL,
It could be diaper play,
diaper play.
or it could be, or age play. I guess someone corrected me. Age play. I don't like that.
Yeah, diaper play.
Someone said, thank you, Heidi said, definitely acceptable make fun of diaper kinks. Thank you. Some kinks we need to be made fun of. They go, no kink shaming. What about just the right height, no bucket required? The man walks horses. Can we make fun of him? You need an asterisk next to no kink shaming. We need exceptions, guys.
All right, so power bottom, BBL, diaper play,
Yeah, or infirmed.
infirmed
That's
grandparent.
bullshit. He's not
No, let's put it in there to be fair.
he's not taking
Infirmed
care of anyone.
grandparent.
Or maybe a medical necessity.
Medical need.
Yeah.
I can only do four, so I'm gonna.
Maybe-
Those can be.
Grandma/medical.
Yeah, exactly. Infirmed
grandma.
grandparent / medical need. Okay, here we go. Asking the question.
All right, so we have a pretty
And
good
we know
poll
what the
here.
answer is.
I think it's power bottom.
Or I think it's the butt lift.
But
Because there's so much evidence that he's done it. Like it's just I mean.
oh,
there
wow.
it is.
Overwhelming BBL here.
Yeah.
But you can read in the recovery. Is it saying you're going to be wearing a diaper? Because that stuff you can read about.
Yeah, it says you can, and it may take up to 6 weeks, depending. It's different for every person, basically. But yes, you can definitely be wearing a diaper.
Yep. So we have 12%
Coffee's
top
in
to
the
bottom
cup.
and 65% BBL.
Only 4% given the benefit of the doubt of him.
Well, come on. The man's not
Jesus.
for Christ's
It's
sake.
kind of long.
So there you go.
There you go. Got to the bottom of it.
That's good though. At first I was genuinely confused by that, but the BBL definitely explains it. Wait, someone's saying I don't know what a power bottom is. Isn't it someone who likes to be on the bottom?
I don't know.
Someone can you define power bottom maybe?
Let's say power bottom. A person, particularly a homosexual man, who dominantly or energetically plays the receptive role.
That's
Yeah, of
right,
course.
I nailed
Yeah,
it.
Sounds like you nailed it.
Yeah, he's an enthusiastic receiver.
Who's trying to check you on your power bottom knowledge?
Oh my god. Power bottom is a guy who likes to wildly ride the peg of another dude.
Where'd you see
Jesus,
that?
where'd that come from? Maybe.
Urban Dictionary. I mean, to be honest, for this specific question, I think they may have the best answer.
It says, I'll read it verbatim. The power bottom is a guy who likes to wildly ride the peg of another dude while he jacks you off until both have boner gasms.
Bonergasms.
Ryan Coppock.
Also, the high five.
I just think Ethan would be more entertaining if he made skits again. I know this is like, everybody says this, I miss the old Ethan or whatever. And it's not... He's just funny when he makes skits. Even like his more recent skits, like the Dream one that he made. That one was funny. I mean, he ended up unlisting it because it got age restricted, but that one was funny. He's still good at making skits. I wish he did more of them. I feel like Ethan is more suited for like dense content or dense thought out content rather than elongated off the cuff content. But
Fiber oatmeal in the cart. Yeah, I noticed that as well, Sam. Sam correctly pointed out that he's been eating lots of high fiber oatmeal there.
Yeah, that confused me though because doesn't it go against?
Yeah, that would make it come out easier.
Right. Yeah. You need some.
He needs to eat
some
less of
stool
that.
firmer.
Yeah, less oatmeal if you're in a diaper, I would assume. But these are the important things we wake up on Monday to discuss.
Yeah.
You know, these are the answers. That,
we get down to the bottom of things here.
Yeah.
Get down to the power bottom of things here on the HG podcast. I'm going to wrap up this poll. It seems like the Brazilian
power bottoms have it with 63%. I mean, BB have it with 63%. So there you go, guys.
I love you guys so much, but y'all really need some LGBTQT.
Why? What did I say wrong?
Shut up.
What did I say wrong?
Shut up.
Colin, if you have a problem with my character,
You got it right. I mean, you literally got it right.
Power bottom was.
Yeah. Shut up.
oh, now he's
You don't know anything
attacking
about sexuality anyways.
That's
fans.
true.
Yeah.
How dare you assume?
Wait, what? Didn't he just say maybe there should be some LGBT representation and clear things up? And he's like, shut up. That wasn't even an aggressive comment. It wasn't like, fuck you, I can't believe you're talking about this without an LGBT person present. It's just like, it seemed like, what? It seemed like such a non-aggressive comment.
Assume that none of us are LGBTQ+. How dare you assume that?
Imagine if
Right.
Max called in, that'd be
Check
fun.
yourself. But Colin, if you have a problem, I'd love to discuss. 808 hot meme. Right? Let's see. This is good. We've got some fresh Cav memes. Ryan Kavanaugh is the worst person alive. In fact, he's such a terrible person, he's trying to assassinate the birthday girl.
Getting off the gold standard wasn't actually devastating, which is like.
No.
Okay. And then there's the caller, which I've already watched it. I don't know. I kind of want to see what he says about iShowSpeed and Keem.
Well, easily stop me, yeah.
Do you think H3 is better in an edited, short, structured format? Yeah, I do think he is.
Who gonna stop me? Gee, I'm not stopping me. If we're the last two people on Earth, who gonna stop me?
Come on. Chill out.
Even Nathan Ross is like, hold on.
Oh, I'm tripping.
You're good.
I'm tripping.
So,
Yikes.
that's his whole shtick, I guess. And whatever you think about him, he put out an apology, which I thought was decent, and he's a young man, whatever. It's obviously he's fucking disturbed. I think it's really bad for people to see that and think it's funny. Whatever. Okay. The point is that there's a 40-year-old man named Keemstar out defending it.
It was like,
That's the really fucked up
hold the
part.
phone.
Yeah, forget about iSpeed, whatever. So this tweet went viral. This guy, Jake Lucky, who's like a news reporter.
More a commentator.
So he tweeted out this clip. I understand why Valorant queues are so unbelievably toxic. You got one of the most popular streamers on YouTube, iShowSpeed, saying crap like this and getting nothing but praise and laughs. Crap is whack. I think he's right. He should be calling out this kind of behavior. Obviously, it's going to have an influence on the game and the players. So I think he did the right thing calling this out. Bring it to people's attention. Went super viral though. 185,000 likes. Should I watch his apology?
What's good?
He apologized to the girl and he apologized to the guy. Oh, you got all the screenshots. So here's Keem's tweet. And then XQC comes in. It says, apparently Keemstar seems to think that is a female talking to me, get off the game and do your wash and do your dishes is good trash talk. Or even trash talk at all. Pretty rich to try to use the racism card while overlooking blatant sexism. Stop baiting women haters. Getting old, XQC said. Which I appreciate his willingness to actually respond to Keemstar. Most people don't want to deal with that because, of course, Keemstar's response to that is to try to dig up anything and to try to ruin
This is literally bootleg Twitterverses.
Homophobic remark on live stream? What is going on here? XQC,
What's going on here?
because you're blocked.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ride my dick. Can't wait to report your death.
This is on 2 times speed. Can he say something? How long does he not say anything for? I want to count this. Let's look at the seconds.
Oh my god.
I don't see anything though.
I don't see anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay. 46:36.
Someone said, come on, you talking about power bottom is like me asking Hila if she likes it from the front or back. Does she ride your cock or does she like you to pound her pussy from
What's
the back?
you're eating?
Well, if we were having a conversation about that and she called in to talk about it, then that's fine. So there you go.
Keemstar, I thought there was more stuff by Keemstar about it. He was going on and on quite a bit, wasn't he? In defensive speed. And attacking that guy Jake.
Let me just switch Twitter accounts so I can check.
Because you're blocked.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ride my dick. Can't wait to report your death.
Yeah, baby. So we got to talk about Joe Biden versus BTS. This.
He says nothing for like 20 seconds. This is so low energy. This is just so low energy. I guess they're already 2 hours in, but like, bruh. I don't know. Just doesn't seem like they're saying anything interesting. They're just going through the news, but not like actually like doing any like in-depth commentary on it. I don't know. Whatever. It's just the podcast is just a little too slow paced for me. Personally, but I don't really watch it or keep up with it. Let's continue watching this for a bit because it's actually interesting.
Differentiating yourself from others is substantially easier said than done.
Did you react to iDubbbz's drama highlight? Or you should? I already saw it. That clip's actually really interesting because nothing they said was really wrong. I think Anisa had really good insight. It's like everything they kind of said was true. Like Keemstar like takes certain comments as like an aggressive attack on his character and he gets like super defensive, which is very true. I think most of what was said in that was actually correct. I think iDubbbz and Anisa have a good grasp on who Keemstar is. Even with iDubbbz's content copy, he had a good grasp on what Keemstar is.
Done. It's a multi-year process. Every YouTuber goes through this. You begin by replicating someone you...
But they didn't say anything like extremely bad. They just said like that Keemstar gets extremely defensive. Which I agree, and I mean it's been shown that he gets extremely defensive at certain things when he doesn't necessarily need to be. He just kind of has that very high energy, like high reaction to everything, you know? Like, for example, when I said the Jake Lucky stuff wasn't racially motivated, he immediately screamed. Like, he just has that high energy to him, which applies to him being overly defensive. It just causes him to be, like, overly defensive, overly aggressive, overly everything. And I don't even think he would necessarily disagree with that. I don't even think that's an insult. It's just an observation, right? And there's pros and cons to that. But, yeah. I mean, it could show it, but how long is that clip? Isn't that clip like 20 minutes though?
All right, let's have some fun now and talk about your beef with Keemstar. That's so fun. Keemstar is one of my favorite people on. He's such a pathetic goon. And you made this great video, Why I Hate Influencer Boxing. And you did call out Keemstar. What the? Did you edit?
Do you like that?
What the hell?
That's right.
Oh, you bullied them all.
That's Fat Logan Paul.
Oh, I see.
He likes the drama, and he obviously makes money from the drama, so I understand why he's a little bit biased toward it.
Sure.
He wants goofy, embarrassing shit. He wants people to like just kind of like throw all caution to the wind, embarrass themselves, just do whatever it takes to get a couple more views and clicks. We don't feel like we need to do that at all. This is a very fucking tough event. Like people like. If you want people to experience like humiliation and embarrassment and like putting it all on the line, it's already happening. Like we're boxing an event where we have the possibility of getting knocked out. You know,
it's also like it's way more like he wants Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Like that's kind of like Jerry Springer, but with like severe head. Like came up to Ian and was like telling him how like excited he is about this event and he's never cared about boxing before. I mean, it's a different audience, right? Like, but I mean, we're kind of betting on the idea that this audience is actually much bigger than the audience that wants a Jerry Springer direction.
Yeah, trashy. It's trashy. Well, the thing that I liked about this video, which you guys should watch, is just how much you highlight that how much of a serious event it is, and how you want good fights.
I actually haven't watched the iDubbbz video they're talking about. So what does he actually say in that? A why I hate influencer boxing. Because obviously I like recognize the distinction between the type of boxing Keemstar wants to see and then the type of boxing iDubbbz wants to see. And I don't think one is necessarily better than the other. I mean, iDubbbz's version is kind of untested, which is why this event is going to be interesting. I don't know which one's going to be like objectively more profitable or better. I don't know. He seems to imply that one's better than the other, and it's fine that he's doing something different, but I don't know if that's necessarily the case. Can you find it? Yeah, we're jumping everywhere. Let's finish the Mr. Bro video, then we'll watch this, then we'll watch this, alright?
You really like, which was where CJ was at. Then as time progresses, you discover your own nuances, try your own tricks, and develop your own style. However, CJ might have stopped uploading before getting to that point where he could shoot off in his own direction. But again, this goes back to the problem of being branded as Mr. Beast's brother. Can he even shoot off in his own direction if he needs to maintain that image? Additionally, is he going to be able to develop his own style if the editing, thumbnails, and ideas are all being done for him? Is he going to be able to formulate a baseline understanding of what does and doesn't work on the platform if he isn't learning everything himself from the ground up? This question highlights another point that's worth diving into, being that CJ never really got the opportunity to go through that rocky patch of developing an intuitive foundational understanding for why certain videos do and don't work, usually achieved through a bunch of early failure. Now you could probably argue that this is somewhat unimportant because it can be taught, but only to a certain extent. You learn a little bit by someone else telling you about their failure or something they've learned, but you learn a whole lot more when you put an entire week's worth of work into something that you think will be a banger before uploading it for 100 views. He never went through the hard work from the years before you get popular, so he doesn't know what it's like. You have to start with the corny videos, therefore he's not getting enough views. The other problem with skipping this early rough patch is that you potentially fail to develop a deeply
Boblax, why do you look like someone who hasn't talked to another human? Shut the fuck up, idiot.
Meaningful long-term story associated with the channel that you've built. In the case of Mr. Beast, for example, much of his strong public image and goodwill comes from the obvious vibe that he's been to hell and back in order to get to his current position.
I remember when Jimmy was 14.
Okay, I think we get it. Mr. Bro didn't succeed because he didn't have that grassroots experience that Mr. Beast had, so he doesn't know the fundamentals of maintaining a YouTube channel. Okay, let's listen to this.
Is influencer boxing.
Absolute 10 out of 10. Look at the fact on this guy. Why like this? This guy's talking about my intelligence.
This beef definitely seems real. Why do you think?
Oh shit. Battle of the Platforms boxing event reportedly lost $10 million as fighters oh, damn. So it was a failure. Holy shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's going down!
I've always had like a medium level interest in influencer boxing. Like, I'm not crazy about the people who've been involved so far, and I'm sure a lot of people feel similarly. Like, if you replaced a lot of the influencers with the cast and crew of Pawn Stars, I would still be like, yeah, I'm not gonna say no to that. I'll watch it. But it's not as if I'm a diehard fan and I'm ready to purchase. In setting up this boxing event, I wanted a new niche to be covered. Because I know there's gonna be people, no matter who you get on your boxing card, where someone's gonna say, I have no idea who any of these people are. That's just like, that's the way it goes. We could put Ninja, Pokimane, and XQC in a boxing match, and you're going to have like boxing heads out there say, I have no fucking clue who any of these people are. Did he just say a Pokemon? How is a Pokemon gonna fight? I think the single most important element of an influencer boxing event is the mystery component. I think we've sort of lost this with a lot of the Jake Paul events. It's kind of like, yeah, he can box now. Like, it's no longer a mystery. He's becoming closer to a professional boxer than he is an influencer boxer, which just kind of defeats the purpose of it, because you're like, oh, I want to know, are they going to be good or bad? When Floyd goes in the ring for the 50th time, you're like, yeah, I kind of have an idea of how this is going to play out. If you watch Justin Minks in the ring, you're going to be like, I have no idea what's going to happen. Is she going to go psycho, or is she going to curl up into a ball? Like, we don't know. That's the benefit of it. I want to see how this shit plays out, just as much as you guys. Now that I've told you the things that I do like about influencer boxing, I'm going to tell you the things that I do not like, not one bit. Putting it all on the line. We've seen it with Jake and Tyrone, fake tattoos, pretending that they're going to get a tattoo when they lose in an event. I love Jake Paul, I love Tyrone Woodley, that shit.
If I beat you, you have to get I love Jake Paul tattooed on you. But if you beat me, I get I love Tyrone Woodley tattooed on me, and you have to post it on your Instagram feed.
And then you got Austin McBroom and Bryce Hall, who did a fake bet of $1 million.
I'll do $1 million just like you.
You do $1 million.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we just have a $1 million bet.
And if $1 million bet isn't bad enough, you got these guys saying, I'm gonna bet my 2 houses.
Literally 2 houses. I bet both of my houses that I'm gonna beat you.
All right, 20-year-old. All right, 20-year-old who's saying that they're gonna bet their 2 houses. You guys might be wondering, who's the type of person who is sold on this type of weird promotion of a 20-year-old betting his houses? It's Keemstar, of course.
I do have one gripe with you. In your last event, you and your opponent were sitting there talking about betting houses and betting cars, and then when it came down to it, that was just bullshit. Like, I thought that was a great promo. I thought it was a great way to promote your fight. It made the fight more exciting. And at the end, it was just like, nobody got a house, nobody got a car. Like, what's up with that?
I just feel like you're already beating the shit out of each other. Why do you need to add this weird element of humiliation? I remember doing this sort of shit in grade school, where like if you were doing arm wrestling or any competitive thing, you'd be like, okay, if you lose this game of tag, you gotta go up to every girl in the school and you gotta say you like guys and that you're gay and like butt sex. And then slap yourself in the face, pull down your pants and say, I'm gay, I'm gay. The other thing that's a bit nauseating about these events is the fake beef. If you want to do it WWE style and be a little bit more self-aware about what you're doing, I'm all for it. That shit can be wildly entertaining. But Keemstar, again, is in this category of 10-year-old boy who just can't live without the fake beef.
When we had iDubbbz on here and his wife, and we had Dr. Mike on here as well, you know, everyone's kind of saying, like, we want to do something respectful to boxing. We don't want any drama. And it's like, two people are going in the ring to punch each other. Like, you need drama. Like, that is drama. Like, you know, it's like...
That is the drama. Like, in the same sentence, Keemstar contradicted himself. What he's trying to say is, well, if you already have to fight the guy, you may as well talk some shit to generate some buzz. Well, Keemstar, that's embarrassing because I'm an adult. I have no reason to talk shit about Dr. Mike, nor does he have reason to talk shit about me. If it happens, it happens. All right, I don't have a crystal ball. If he does some cringe shit in the future, I might have to say something. But we're both adults, and we've seen previous events and what has come out of faking beef and talking trash. Bryce Hall and Austin McBroom embarrassed themselves.
People don't even look me in the eyes. I don't care about these cameras, dude. I'll smack the fuck out of you. I swear to God. I'll knock you out now and in the ring.
They were like crashing yachts into each other, saying all sorts of shit at each other, and it's like, this is the most out of touch, awful thing that potentially did not result in any kind of sales, and they tried to make $1 million bet and do all of this dramatic shit, and it resulted in a loss of $10 million for the TikToker versus YouTuber.
Damn.
How the fuck do you think that I would run my event
Holy
in that
shit.
same way? You're living in a fantasy world. The last thing I want to talk about is...
Yeah, it's important to try different things. Like, you don't just ram your head into the wall over and over and over again and be like, it'll work this time, it'll work this time, it'll work this time, right? Unless Keem considers that event a success, but I guess financially it wasn't, so...
How serious the sport of boxing is. We've seen a lot of these influencer boxing events just pop up and, to be honest, not take the sport very seriously. In this last event, we saw guys headbutting each other. We want to avoid this shit at all costs. We're trying to get professional boxing coaches for all of our fighters. We're trying to give them ample time to prepare. We're trying to prepare them mentally and physically for, you know, what they're going to do, because people die in boxing. It's not a goofy thing. Oh, let's try out boxing. It's a serious thing. It is a complete lifestyle change. Everyone who has gotten involved in our card can vouch for that. We're all getting punched in the head. I'm documenting the whole thing. There will eventually be a documentary about the boxing event. You guys will see how serious everyone's taking it. We're not messing around. It's a complete lifestyle change. I have to put my fucking whole YouTube on hold, basically, to do it full time. It's a fucking scary ass sport. I have a completely newfound respect for it. And everyone in our boxing event has gotten to that point. If not now, they will be by May 14th. I also want to make it very clear that the sport of boxing is not all about knockouts. And I don't want anyone...
I'm considering going to the event, but I don't know if I will yet. Because I want to make sure there's, like, other people there to just hang out with and chill with, because I don't want to just go to see the YouTubers punch and just be alone in my seat and not interact with anyone after it. But I'm considering going. It kind of looks like fun, but I know there's certain people that aren't going. Like, I know Technicals can't go because he's doing VidCon and he doesn't have money to go to both, and I know Augie's not going, Nick's definitely not going, so I don't know. I wanted to go with Technicals, but he just can't afford it. So I don't know. I know Wavy Web Surf will be there and some other people, but I don't know. We'll see.
Want to misinterpret or have their mind poisoned by people like Keemstar.
It's gonna be kind of hard to get the knockout. Are you gonna go for the knockout? Or like you get the knockout, you blow the fuck up? Like it's like doing a collab with like PewDiePie or some shit. Fucking famous if you get the knockout. It's so important. That's how important the knockout is.
I think it'd be good for Keemstar to get some boxing experience under his belt. You know, if you're gonna be running a boxing promotion.
You don't want to chill with Wavy? Yeah, I can chill with Wavy. Go with the trashy trio. Mainly, I just want to look for someone to, like, house with. Not for budgetary reasons, but for, like, I don't know. I'm just worried that, like, I won't have a group of people to hang out with, right? That's what I'm just worried about. I think it's, like, maybe it's irrational fear. I don't know. I had lots of people to hang out with at VidCon, but, like, cuddle with someone? No. I just don't want to be, like, I want to be experiencing the event with, like, other people. I don't want to just, like, be in my own seat and whatever.
Company, you should probably have some knowledge of boxing, right? I think it'd be good if you got some sparring in. So, Keemstar, open invitation. If you want to come up to Seattle and get some experience sparring, I'd be more than happy to have you. I think it would be a very educational experience. All in all, guys, our event is going to be a different event. We are not obsessed with forcing drama on people. I don't want our fighters to embarrass themselves. If they do, they do. If they end up beefing, they end up beefing. If they end up knocking each other out, they knock each other out. The whole thing is a mystery. So if you like mystery loot boxes, I mean, this event is for you, and it's hella cheap. You know, other influencer boxing events are $50 to $60. Like, that shit's wild. But we also have live in-person tickets for sale down below. Go to the link. You can go to thecreatorclash.com, or I might have the direct ticket link down there. Those are going to go fast. So get them while they're hot, because the closer we get to the event, the quicker people are going to be buying them.
I might just end up getting it. I might just end up getting it after this stream. Just go down there for a weekend or something. Because then if I go for a weekend, like, worst case scenario, I see the event and then I'm just there for like a weekend and I can chill and do whatever. Willie Matt. Is Willie Matt going? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see, we'll see. You might see YouTubers that you will hang out with. Yeah, probably. The thing is, every YouTuber who's going already bought tickets, and then like, hopefully if I go to this, it won't like dox me or something. Okay. Yeah, like I know that that Wavy is sitting in seat 113. And to be honest, I don't care if I'm like on a seat that's like higher up, but then I won't be sitting with people. Well, I don't know. A lot of YouTubers and YouTuber fans are probably going, so I could probably meet like Mario Racer 225 and teach him about YouTube or something. I don't really care too much about being close up. I've never actually been to a boxing event, so I don't know, like, if you're farther up, wouldn't, like, you have a better view because you'd have a vantage point? Buy it offline. Yeah, I'm not going to buy it right now. I'll buy it after the stream, potentially. Tampa, Florida. Will Ellis Mark be there? If Ellis Mark's going, I'm going. I don't know if Ellis Mark is going. Did he say he was going? I mean, Ellis Mark's been traveling a shit ton, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Turkey Tom's going. We'll see, we'll see. Okay, Saturday, May 14th. Calendar. May 14th. So I could be there from like the 13th to the 15th or something. We'll see, we'll see. Ask Vega. Is Vega going? I guess I could ask around. Is there anything else going on YouTube right now? This is a pretty interesting video. I like this video from iDubbbz. Anything new on Coach Red Pill? I don't think so. Okay, in Creator Clash, who do you think will beat who? I mean, a lot of these people haven't fought ever, so I actually don't know. iDubbbz or Dr. Mike, dude? AB or Hondor? Yeah, DJ Welch is gonna kick fucking internet etiquette's ass, dude. Look at that muscle comparison. Holy shit. Dr. Mike is gonna beat iDubbbz? Maybe. This is gonna be the matches I'm most hyped for is this match. I'm gonna root for Harley, dude. Harley's my boy. Fucking love that guy. And I'm excited to see the AB one. This fight with Michael Reeves and Graham is gonna be derpy as hell, dude. That's gonna be like... That's gonna be a derp-ass fight. Kinda excited to see that. Odds one out fighting is just so weird. This one will be interesting too. I don't really care about like Ryan McGee or like Matt Watson versus Dad. Like I don't give a fuck about that. This I don't really give a fuck about. I guess I care about like half of them, which is cool. And then there's still a mystery. Mystery thing. We can have critical commenting. Dude, XQC as a commentator is gonna be so fucking weird, dude. He's gonna be like, you won't even like understand what he's saying, dude. Chills. And then he got the punch. Number 15. This guy used to be like a League of Legends YouTuber. His name was Black Enola. That's what his old username was. So I'm not being racist by saying that. I'm not adding BLA what to his name or whatever. That actually was his username. And I don't know how to say his actual name. Akinola? I don't know. He's a good commentator though. He's commentated some League things before. I don't know who Wade is, or FaZe Sensei. I've heard this username, but I don't know anything about him. Oh, nice. This event is hosted by Ego Raptors company. Ego Raptor has a company to like help put on like events for YouTubers and shit, like IRL events. Yai Live. You should continue the H3 highlight with iDubbbz. Talking about Keem. You guys really want to hear about Keem's psychology? Eco Raptor. This would be fun. I want to like talk to the fighters afterwards, like AB or Harley or whatever, but they'd probably be busy as hell during, before, and after the event. But it'd be cool if I get a chance to like speak with them. What else is going on? Is anyone fighting on Twitter? 4 things to expect from my stream. Not streaming, saying I'll stream tomorrow, not streaming tomorrow. What the fuck? Having relations with your mom?
I just want to give you a shout out to Grimsy. You are the best.
So everybody's basically not surprised that John Swan lied again. I'm really not. And the last time we talked about John Swan, I basically just said that he is slowly but surely turning into a genuine lol cow, in that basically everything he says is just going to be laughed at both on Twitter and YouTube. And I honestly think that we've reached it already.
Yeah, Jade is like the fucking Nick Diorio of streaming with this tweet. What the fuck? What do the other people answered? Authenticator energy, puppy treats, zombies, cursed cosplays, screams, cringe, fail, screaming, bad jokes, bad gameplay, Chris Hansen with e-girl boobies, shark twerk, long hours. Damn, how long does it go? Okay, it started with him. That's a cool little thread. I'll reply to it after the stream. What is this bitch saying about John Swan?
Recently, John Swan was involved in basically co-writing or editing this document that was used to basically out some small commentary guy as like a groomer or some shit. The guy's name was Cammy, and he was 18 years old, and the girl that he was sexting with online on Discord, of course, was 15. Basically, John Swan was gloating about it, was going on and on about how, oh, dude, I'm gonna drop a bombshell. It's gonna be crazy, dude. In Aiden Project's DMs, and just going like absolutely ballistic over this dog shit document he made. Whenever people saw it and saw that people were calling this guy who was literally 18 years old, right, and then a 15-year-old girl, they were calling him a groomer. Everybody was kind of like, yo, this is dumb as shit. Unfortunately, I can't really show you all the details and intricate parts of this shit because all of it is deleted. But I know a big part of it too was that the girl seemed to be like almost coerced into writing this shit, or like basically her friends were like, oh, this is grooming, this is grooming. Like she didn't actually believe that she was until her friends were telling her like, oh, this is so fucked up, dude. So obviously, you know, like whenever the victim is the one that is being coerced into helping you to write some shit, it's kind of weird. Basically, apart from all that, there will be 3-hour fucking live streams on the internet about why John Swan is bad. But let me just basically just throw it to you really quickly. I'm not even gonna fucking make this video 10 minutes. John Swan is literally killing himself, dude. He basically got embarrassed by literally everyone whenever he went on Destiny and just lied, like blatantly lied. It was pretty funny. Essentially, what John Swan did is actively participated in character assassination of an 18-year-old kid with a small YouTube channel. And not only did he do that, he gloated about it and then went back on it saying that he really didn't do anything or didn't really know that much about it. He only quote-unquote edited the document. Nobody believes you, John. You're a fucking retard. You should have never unfollowed me on Twitter. And the prophecy of you is always gonna hold true. You're a fucking idiot. You have dog shit judgment on basically everything and are genuinely just like not a great guy. You aren't particularly funny or entertaining either though, so like there's really nothing going for you. At this point, you are genuinely becoming somebody of the ilk, like the same ilk of fucking Creepshow Art or some shit. Nobody's ever going to take you seriously, dude. Box technicals or give the fuck up, dude, because like honestly at this point it's just fucking annoying. Nobody will ever care about what you have to say, even if it's true, because you are a known liar and degenerate. So continue lying, continue destroying whatever credibility you had, because now it's all gone. It's officially no credibility left. Enjoy tweeting to a smaller and smaller shrinking audience on Twitter and uploading to a shrinking audience on YouTube, and forever being a fucking virgin. Yeah, goodbye.
Okay. I'm gonna play Roblox. I'm playing Roblox, dude. Fuck it. Why isn't my controller working? Hello. There we go. This game's epic, dude. You just run around and collect XP to run faster. Dude, look how fast I am, dude. I'm so fucking epic, dude. Yeah. This is what I was playing last night in like the call with Augie on his stream. I was just running around. It is kind of fun, but all you really, there's not a lot of content to it. All you do is like run around and gain XP for running around, and then gain new areas, and that's about it. It's just running. It's literally just running around. That's it. But it's kind of fun. Yeah, I was playing this when we were in VC. It's literally a running simulator. It's called Sonic Speed Simulator, so. But I mean, just running around as Sonic is kind of fun within itself. I mean, it's way better than the fucking Minecraft collab they did. The Minecraft Sonic collab fucking sucked. The Roblox one's way better. And it doesn't even look like Roblox. Well, I don't really know what Roblox looks like. I haven't played Roblox like besides this, like in 10 years. Roblox to me always seemed like kind of like a spyware game, like a Flash game you just played and like ran around and it was like oof, and it was like really badly made. But this is like kind of good, so like I don't really know what's up with the Roblox today. Who would win between you and Augie on what? Probably me every time on everything. I'm just a better person. I'm getting my steps in, dude. Oh. Let's go. Well, I already got that one. Is there another ring thing in this world, or this world's kind of shardy, dude? This world kind of sucks cock. Rematch with Augie? Yeah, I'd win. He's too scared to rematch though. This game looks like shit? Shut the fuck up, dude. How does it look like shit? Elaborate? Do you actually have points, or are you just gonna say random shit, bitch? It's a Roblox game? Okay, buddy. This is still better than Sonic Forces. Lol. LOL. How do I get up there again? I'm gonna play it right now. Hell yeah, dude. Did you make Sonic the chili dog? And do you put mayo on it? I've never had a chili dog. But I probably would put mayo on it. Now I want hot dogs. Why are you guys making me hungry? Pink Chow. Oh, okay. This shit looks good for Roblox. Yeah, it's the official game. Sega hired people to do this. There we go. Don't have enough. If you get 5 of the same thing, you can like evolve it. That's why I was like spamming it. Oh. Let's do a race and own someone, dude. I win. Dude, you know what's the funniest part about this? You can just switch to a Roblox character. Watch. It just looks so fucking stupid, dude. Oh, oof. 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 Why is your character naked? I don't know. Just didn't want to put on a shirt today. What's your opinion on Endless Runners then? I don't know, I haven't really played though. Happy 2020. Yeah, I will. I'll probably do a high stream tomorrow. Fuck it, dude. Man. I don't think this game has an end goal. Yeah, not really. I've unlocked pretty much everything. But they're gonna add more stuff to the game, I think. I like it, it's fun. It's way better than the Minecraft collab. It'll be nice to just have something to like run around and do. Like, well, on Discord or whatever, all I do is just like run around mindlessly and I continue to like level up. It's cool. Lost Valley. The most they ever made out of this aesthetic, even more than Enforces. Can't homing attack on the rails though, which I think sucks. I also need to like finish playing Pikmin 251. I never finished that game on stream, but I got to like a really like annoying part where I had to like grind out white Pikmin, and it just seems annoying to do. Where's like another ring thing? Oh. Hi, Tails. There's no Sonic game on... Yeah, Sonic Forces is on Switch, and Sonic Mania is on Switch. And Sonic Team Racing, but that's about it. Not the greatest selection in the world. I think you can also play, like, the original Sonic games on Switch. Like, the first two. Or something like that. Sonic Origins is gonna come out eventually, so... Oh, it's time to rebirth, dude. This means we start from the beginning. But now we have more XP multiplier and stuff. Dude, look how slow you are at level 1. So bad. My multiplier is so high that I'm immediately gonna become level 25. Do you agree with Idubset? Yeah, most of it, I did. I mean, I don't think Keem's approach to boxing is, like, bad or wrong, but it's cool that, like, Idubs is doing it a different way, and it's gonna be interesting to see how it turns out. How's your day? It's pretty chill. How's your guys' day? Clip is interesting. Yeah, the clip is interesting. I guess we will watch it. We could watch it. I don't know. Could I watch in the background while playing this? I guess I could do that. I wonder if Sonic Frontiers looks like. I don't know. I like how I got to level 65 by just trying to, like, run around to unlock the rest of the worlds. Because once you rebirth, you have to, like, re-unlock the worlds. And usually it's like, you can't get to this area until level 25 or whatever. But by just walking there, I'll get there because my XP multiplier is so high. Yeah, no, I just have to pretty much run around until I get level 175. And obviously you level up slower over time, so it's just kind of like running around, doing pretty much nothing, I guess. So that's pretty much what this game is, just running around doing nothing. And you can get rings to buy like loot boxes to like get chows or whatever, but all they do is like help you get more rings and help you get more XP, so it's really just whatever. I'm getting a call, 1 second. People asking me to hang out. I'm like, no, I'm streaming! I've been hanging out in real life for too long! I need to hang out with my boys, my 70 boys in here! But I'll hang out with them later tonight. I've been doing too much IRL hanging out. I need to do more terminally online hanging out. I haven't streamed in a while, guys. Come on. They understand. But yeah, so like after the stream, I guess I'll hang out. And I also need to sign. I might just book my tickets to the Creator Clash and say fuck it, dude. Whatever, it'll be like a 3-day adventure. Even if no one else is there, it'll be my own like little adventure to Florida. Fuck it, dude. Come over after the stream. Yeah, Cabbage Patch Jamie is who I'm gonna hang out with after the stream. I'm too busy playing Sonic! Alrighty. Yeah, I have 3 sisters. Oof, same. Yeah, having 3 sisters fucking sucks. I need some brothers, bro. What other drama's going on right now? It's just like John Swan, right? It seems like there's always drama going on in like the political community, like Destiny and stuff like that, but I really don't pay attention to that. I don't know, it's kind of mind-numbing. It's just a lot to keep up with, because they're all streamers. Streamer drama's the worst, because you have to watch like a million VODs and shit. I hate that like most drama now is like streamer drama. I want it to go back to like video drama, where people make like 30-minute videos or 10-minute videos exposing each other and they go back and forth. So much easier to keep up with. Or just Twitter fight drama. Not fucking stream drama. Stream drama is like, okay, now I'm gonna be talking about the situation for 2 hours on stream and I have to cut it down and everything. I'm fucking tired of that shit. Oh yeah, the Lives of TikTok account getting doxxed by that stupid ass journalist, Taylor Lorenz. Dude, journalists, like... I was thinking about this earlier, and not all journalists, but some journalists, the journalists who, like, try to, like, find stories out of thin air, like the journalists who are, like, Pokimane fucking, I don't know, like, got a new cat, and, like, they make an article on that, those type of people, they're not as bad, but they're close to being as bad as telemarketers, because they just exist to put bullshit out into the world that no one wants to hear about just so they can make money. Like, no one wants to hear a telemarketer. No one wants to read those articles. They're just taking up space. So yeah, journalists like that, like a lot of journalists, and it's sad because they go to college for that shit. They literally go to college so they can make a living talking about 20-year-olds who didn't go to college and are making more of a living than them by just playing video games on stream. It must be like so depressing. Like I'd want to kill myself if that were my position. Like literally your job is to talk about more interesting people, more important people than you. Like what? And I guess that is kind of like my job. Like I'm talking about people, stuff that people care about more, but also I'm adding my own personality to it. Like you don't follow Boblax just for like Keemstar and H3 News. You also do it for me as well. It's like a mixture. Like who's, and I guess like journalists can have followings, but the way they do it is just so much more cringe. And I think the main thing is that they have to go to college for it, right? That's like their big career. Their parents fucking raised all their college funds for us to do that. Meanwhile, I'm doing the same thing and more successfully by just sitting on my ass and playing Sonic the Hedgehog, you know? VR Faz when? I do want to play VR Faz, but I don't want to do it single player. So when the boys are ready to play, I will do VR Phasmophobia. And it'll be goofy as hell, dude. Last time I played VR Phasmophobia, I think it's on my other channel, I was like, I actually got legit scared. Nick is ready, you can tell. What do you mean Nick is ready? Nick is not... Has Nick DM'd me? No. Oh yeah, there's 2 Jamies in here. Got a bug, Tipster, Nick, or Edwin. I guess. It's nice streaming again, though. It's been a while. Just nice and chill and relaxing. Just running around to Sonic, talking with the boys about random shit. I like how I can just play this game mindlessly. I don't even need to focus. This game's like actually perfect for me. Who would have thought that one of my new favorite games is fucking Roblox, dude? I couldn't get access to my old Roblox account though, so my username is Boblax with like 2 X's. Unfortunately. Apparently it wasn't tied, like I don't know what email it was tied to. Maybe I like did it on like a throwaway email. Because when I made my Roblox account, it was 2018, and I think Roblox was pretty established back then. But in my head, I always like associated Roblox with like borderline malware. I don't even know how it became as big. Like when I first played it, like you gotta realize when I first played Roblox in like 2007 or whatever, it was like really rink-a-dink and like janky, and it seemed like a virus. So I think when I made a new account, I did it on like a throwaway email because I didn't want to get like hacked or whatever. But then I couldn't recover the password, so. Buy Robux. How much is 400 Robux? $6 for a Sonic hat? What? Are you Italian? No. Oh, but yesterday I got a... Okay, so you know 23andMe, like the like website, the wait, why can't I jump anymore? Man. You know, like 23andMe, that like genetic website or whatever, where you like get your genetics. Someone else found me on there, and it was like, I don't know, like my is my cousin like something removed? It's like we have the same great grandparent. So I don't know how many removed is that, like 4 removed or 3 removed, whatever. But she's like a quarter black, and she's like, I thought you came from my white great-great-grandmother, but you actually came from my black great-great-great. Or I thought you came from my white great-great-grandfather, but you actually came from my black great-great-great-grandmother, because I guess they lived in Barbados, which is like where my grandparents lived or whatever, even though my grandparents are white, and I only have like 0.9% black. But she said, did you know you're mixed? So a black woman, a partially black woman, a mixed black woman, said, I'm mixed black, so I'm officially part of the gang, guys. I can say the word, man. So I'm like a little black. I'm a little tropical. I can say the first letter of it. N. N, 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 N. N, 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 N. Or can I pick and choose which letter? Maybe I could just say I. Or G. I could just say G. G, G, G. G, 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 G. Wow. So empowering to have the pass. This game is just so mindless. I could play it for hours and hours on end, just running around like a fucking tard. Yo, I'm mixed, dude. You should play some videos while playing Sonic. I guess. So into playing Sonic, though. Okay, what videos? We could hear about Safe Moon. Not it. It's not it either. Here we go. Go. Hey, let's look at this.
A fraud worth $4 billion. There's an FBI investigation, lawsuits, and a lot of influencers.
I still have, unfortunately, the worst coin that ever existed, SafeMoon.
This is the story of SafeMoon.
I actually have SafeMoon. I actually have SafeMoon. Because Keem was tweeting about it constantly. It was like, let's go! I think I put like 2K in SafeMoon and forgot about it. It was really a pain in the ass to get it there because there was like a lot of hoops I had to go through. Which is why I haven't even bothered checking it. Because I was like, yeah, I'll put it in there and check it in like a year or two and see if it's good. But apparently I got fucked. Yeah, it probably is gone.
Millions of people hold, and some.
I don't know if it was 2,000 or 200. It might have been 200. Wait, I have a document. Let me see. I'm not gonna show the document on stream. I think I have a document of how much I put in. Oh no, I put 900 in. I put 900 in. Okay, it wasn't 2,000. It was 900. That's still a lot though.
I believe is here to change the world.
It's more than just talking about a store of value, which wasn't the focus. It's more about building the future and building a safe future and bringing it now.
But what if they're wrong? I've been working with a small team to investigate SafeMoon for almost a year now, and what we've uncovered is shocking. Secret payments.
I believe you got to pay off and went away.
Deleted evidence.
It's a true FBI operation here. Redacted everything.
And hundreds of millions of dollars that appears to have been stolen, provably, on the blockchain. Welcome to the $10 million studio. I'm your host, CoffeeZilla. Let's get into it.
Damn,
Are you sure this is
CoffeeZilla is such a great
I mean,
content
this isn't the
creator.
small
I'm
fries
glad
we
he's
used
getting
to
a
go
lot of
after.
subs.
Yeah, I know.
This is $1 billion company.
I know.
You're accusing some of these people of actual crimes.
Look, I know.
Do you? Do you know? There's risks to messing with money like this. This isn't a game anymore.
Okay, fine. If you really think it's so irresponsible of me, how about we flip for it? Heads, I go through with the video. Tails, I don't.
This is a story of greed, bad financial decisions, and somehow Gambian wind farms. The creators of SafeMoon are now being sued and investigated by the FBI, but before we
Nice.
get to that, we have to discuss how did
Fuck
this all
'em.
start? Who creates coins like SafeMoon? Was it a crypto mastermind?
They owe me
Dogecoin?
fucking 900
Gary
bucks. Fuck them.
No. It turns out it was a guy who believes in Q. Yes, that Q. His name is Kyle, and very little is known about him.
Ew,
other than he distrusts
QAnon?
the government and thinks they're a bunch of criminals,
Ew.
which, I don't know, fair enough, I guess. But Kyle's not going to complain about it like most people. And I think he decided at some point, if you can't beat him, you might as well join him. And he decides getting into crypto is the perfect way to start redistributing some of that wealth back to himself. And that's when he starts making a bunch of coins. Coins like Give Me Your Money Token. Really
Give
classic.
me your money
But for some
token?
reason, it really wasn't working
Ew.
out for him until
Why did no one
Kyle
bring
found
this up?
Something called
Why did no one bring up that he had Give Me Your Money token before SafeMoon? What? Why did no one bring that up? Technicals was the robot voice? Oh, hell yeah. Was it edited or did he do that raw? Technicals robot voice. Beep boop beep boop. This is my robot voice. Do you like it? I sound like Microsoft Sam. Like my robot voice. Hello, I am Bo Black. Beep boop beep boop. Do you like my robot voice?
token. Now, when Kyle invested in B token, he liked that it had a special property to it, a 5% tax on every transaction, which was then split into two parts. 3% was added back. to the
No?
liquidity
Shut
pool,
the
and
fuck
2%
up!
was-
Shut the fuck up! Why do I only have haters in chat? Get the fucking real people in. It sounds like Microsoft Sam. Beep boop beep boop. Oh fuck. I sometimes can't. You guys are so mean. Fuck you all, dude. Fuck you, meanie fucking dumbass fucking piece of shit. Yeah, lie. Stroke my ego. I discovered that when I was like 8 years old. Shut the fuck up! I'm okay, whatever.
distributed to all the holders of B. Which
I love
just
you all.
Encourage people not to sell. You just held and made money. And Kyle liked this idea a lot, which is why soon after he copied the code and launched
Thank
it
you,
himself,
Missing Sheep.
but with a few changes. He raised the tax to 10%, and he changed the name to something a lot more catchy. He called it SafeMoon. And he promised everyone from the beginning, no rug is possible. Join us on our journey safely to the moon. Now, just so you understand, in the world of meme coins, SafeMoon basically translates to easy money, safe money. It's like setting the world's most delicious cheese on the world's most obvious trap, which is why, of course, everyone fell for it.
Look, I appreciate your concern, but somebody has to do this.
Okay. Okay, I knew it was a risk when I invested, but I was like,
Those millions are gonna hate you for it. You think anyone who
okay, when I invested, I didn't put like a lot of money. It's like maybe 10% of my portfolio. I want to put enough in to where if it did blow up, I'd be like, whoa! But I didn't want to put enough in to where it's like, oh, I'm super sad I lost it. I mean, 900 is quite a bit. Maybe I put a little too much, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb.
who is in SafeMoon is gonna be grateful for your story? They're gonna be pissed, Coffee. And not at the people who lied to them, but at you for telling them the truth. And the probability of you coming out ahead is unlikely. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But you're gonna do it anyways.
Yeah.
You humans are so confusing.
SafeMoon immediately went viral because of the promise of safe, easy money, and Kyle pretty clearly wasn't ready for it. People who knew him said,
Yeah, I mean, this came out around the time that, like, Dogecoin and stuff was happening and popping off, right? In, like, 2020. So people are like, ooh, this could be the next Dogecoin. Safely to the moon? Ooh. You know?
Kyle kind of didn't think this stupid plan would actually work.
I'm James. I was a senior moderator for SafeMoon. Kyle told me that he had no idea SafeMoon was going to explode like it did. His expectation was that he would be in and out.
That's right. He was expecting to be in and out, and I only can imagine how he probably thought to himself, how can people be falling for this? But clearly they were, and Kyle decided he may need to hire some people at this point to help him out.
But when it did take off, he wasn't prepared. He had to bring in people really fast.
And he did. Kyle hired a bunch of people, almost as unqualified as himself. There's a guy, Thomas Smith, who became the lead developer. He's a grown man who insists everyone call him Papa.
I'm your Papa. I'm the lead dev.
What?
Now, after Papa, a guy named John Corona.
Why did Keemstar and other people endorse this project? Well, Keemstar didn't officially endorse. He was just like, oh, it's a good idea to get SafeMoon. It was his opinion. He didn't, like, officially endorse it. He's not in any legal trouble or whatever. It's just that, I guess he was tricked too, right? Or he wasn't tricked and he was just being a dickhead, but I think he probably was tricked as well along everyone else. I'd actually like to talk with him about that, I guess. Later, maybe. I mean, he'll just say he was tricked too. I mean, I don't think... But yeah, like... Damn, man.
That sort of everyone ends up hating.
Their argument had always been, oh, we brought John on in, the heat of the moment because we needed to. It was an emergency. We're so sorry for bringing him in and ruin the project.
There's also a bunch of people hired at this time that you're not going to need to know till later, so we're just going to ignore them for now, but here they are on screen. This was just all thrown together in the heat of the moment. Call it what you want. The incompetent Avengers, the League of Extraordinarily Stupid Gentlemen. Either way, it kind of worked in their favor for the following reason.
It is hard to tell when SafeMoon is malicious and when it is stupid. There just is a problem with that, and there's reasons for that, which we can get into later.
You see, that's Bootsy, one of the researchers I worked with, and you can tell he's sort of been hit by this smokescreen of stupidity that SafeMoon has created. Like, here's a guy who's been researching SafeMoon for 11 months alongside Strider and myself, and we're all still baffled. People just can't figure out how something this dumb made this much money.
So we have a valuation.
It's because it was around the time where a lot of people were getting into crypto for the first time, and the idea of like a niche crypto that like, oh, I'm the first one to get into, this could be the next Bitcoin. Because you always hear these stories of like, oh, if I put like $1 into Bitcoin in 2012, I'd be a millionaire in 2020, you know, and stuff like that, and even to like a lesser extent like Dogecoin and stuff. Stories were coming out where it's like, oh, I put my life savings into Dogecoin, and a couple months later, I'm a millionaire. Here's my story, and they're in the news or whatever. So, like, people thought this was, like, the next, like, safe thing to, like, just invest in, even if it's, like, a little bit of money to see if it blows up. Even if people didn't think it would blow up, maybe they were curious enough to put in a little bit of money and then, like, see if it goes anywhere, and then if it doesn't, whatever, It's like, oh, you just put in $10 or just put in $1. It's not going to make a difference, right? And then that all adds up. So I think that's mainly why. Like, I don't know if everybody who invested was, like, confident this would blow up, but they were willing to put in a little bit to see what would happen. At least that was my mindset.
Around $3 to $4 billion, and we did this all in 9 months.
So it almost helped them in a way how dumb it was. And people were buying like crazy. Because who doesn't want easy, safe money? And you know who actually loves easy, safe money more than anyone? Influencers.
There you go! Jeremy B.
This is all in April 2021. That's when SafeMoon really exploded in popularity.
Oh, it was 2021, not 2020. I'm getting the dates confused of with the crypto blow up. Because it was 2021.
Free of criticism.
Unfortunately, this is a giant Ponzi scheme.
Those are just the haters that needed to be destroyed by the SafeMoon army. That, by the way, is the name SafeMooners gave themselves. And they declared war on the haters. Here's one of many of these SafeMoon soldiers.
We are the SafeMoon army, and I am SafeMoon soldier. I didn't get this tattoo for no damn reason. Nobody
Holy shit.
will ever silence me with threats or threaten my money.
The tattoo.
It's almost embarrassing to watch a grown man defend a token that was designed to rob him of his money, but maybe it's time to talk about just that, how SafeMoon was designed. We're going to talk about how SafeMoon was supposed to be so safe, because that's really the point of all this, isn't it? Your money is supposed to be safe, and that idea came from this claim about a locked liquidity pool. But what does that mean? In DeFi, the way you trade tokens is with something called an LP, liquidity pool. Every pool basically has 2 different currencies, and the point of it is to provide buyers and sellers a way to trade without regular market makers like Wall Street has. In a liquidity pool, the way it works is the ratio of your 2 assets determines the price. For example, one liquidity pool might hold 5,000 SafeMoon and 1,000 BNB paired together, and the price is just the ratio of these assets, so 5 to 1 in this case. And I can trade on either side of it. I can sell SafeMoon by putting SafeMoon into the pool and getting BNB.
I don't know how much Keem lost. I don't know when he went out
putting
of
BNB
SafeMoon.
into it. And as people buy and sell, this ratio shifts. And
Curious to ask him a couple questions about it next time we're on
The more liquidity you
stream.
have, the bigger the pool is, the better, because price stabilizes. And I can feel you all collectively yawning at this point, so we're going to move on before we put anyone to sleep. But just know the key innovation of SafeMoon was this idea that every time someone trades, you just take 5% of it as a tax and put it into the liquidity pool and lock that money up so SafeMoon, the company, can't touch it. That way, you know, as an investor, you can always trade SafeMoon for a fair price. This is how you avoid the scam of how tokens commonly get rug pulled, where suddenly the price or liquidity pool of a project would collapse, which happened all the time in DeFi with cases like this.
So the market cap is $2.168 trillion. And now the market, oh, it went to 0. Yeah!
The whole pitch of SafeMoon is basically, look, rug pulls like that, that's impossible with SafeMoon because the money's locked up. It's right there in the README. It's auto-magically locked up. Or
Auto-magically.
Auto-locking, because I kind of read that too. Oh, that's probably the same thing. Unless it wasn't locked at all. Uh-oh, this is confusing. SafeMoon appears to be contradicting itself. Maybe we should go to the CEO of SafeMoon so he can explain
CoffeeZilla
once
on
and
After
for all.
Hours? Yeah, I'll ask Augie about it, but I think he has a lot of stories for After Hours already. But I would love to do a little segment on this.
That didn't help. Well, maybe we go to the source code that they copied from.
Maybe if he won't do it, I could do
and
like a
figure
little
out
segment on
what's
my
really going
stream.
on here.
Just
Surely
invite him
B-token
on
wasn't
for
the
a
rug
day
pull.
or for a couple hours
we
and talk
have
about it.
This B token code, and B was kind of a smaller rug pull.
Oh.
But I don't really have that many questions beyond like layman's term
How are
stuff
we getting
like
out of this one, fellas?
I don't know. I feel like every question I'm gonna have is gonna be answered in this video.
Uh-oh. I think we're looking at a pinky promise protocol here, fellas. But if B token could rug pull, that means the funds in SafeMoon are also not locked up and are also not really safe. So that
Allegations
was kind
that
of a
Nick is
huge
fat?
lie.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
Surely this guy has the best of intentions and won't have any skeletons come out of his closet later and incriminate him. I said, knowing that I'm about to play a clip.
Let's not pretend why we're here. All this ideological, like let's save the rockets thing. This is about money.
Oh, we're in a bit of trouble here, aren't we? Look, guys.
Those leaked
I'm not
recordings
against
of
money,
them
right?
talking.
I'm American, so I like money as much as the next guy, as long as the next guy isn't Jake Paul. But, you know, this just doesn't seem like a good deal at this point, especially when the founder created a token called Give Me Your Money. But I get it. Look, that's just my opinion, right? We need evidence now. And so that's when I started looking at the blockchain. I started collecting all of SafeMoon's wallets and identifying them. And when I did, I found that Kyle had already been rug pulling SafeMoon since it started, just more slowly than the B token guys. See, on March 5th, this shows up on the blockchain as the function remove liquidity, which of course they said was impossible. And the first time they took from the cookie jar, it wasn't for much, only $14,000 was taken. But it added up over time, and I worked with a blockchain researcher to find out just how much Kyle took.
The total amount of SafeMoon that came into Kyle's wallet was over 164 trillion tokens. Fast forward to mid-September to mid-December, this grossed him just under 10.3 million.
Wow,
Whoa.
that's a lot of money for a token
Whoa.
that was never going to rug pull. And maybe that's
Whoa.
why the FUD just
10 million?
wasn't stopping. SafeMoon may have been booming from influencers.
Is he
but
gonna go to
there's
jail for
suffering
this?
from a major
He
PR
should. Isn't
problem
that all
known
illegal? Or is it like too
evidence.
new to be
And
illegal?
This is when a Twitter account called War on Rugs first appeared, who started warning people that, quote, the likelihood of losing all funds was absolute with SafeMoon. Now, this was a pretty epic ownage of facts and logic from War on Rugs here, and it seemed like SafeMoon was on the ropes right up until War on Rugs decided to scam people himself with his own rug pull, to which, yeah, the only response is, like, how? The guy calling out scams decided to scam people himself, which, as you guys know, I would never do to you, Pump the Stockzilla. And basically, SafeMoon was like, aha, well, that guy's a scammer, so are we cool now, everyone? And everyone was kind of like, I guess we'll forget about it all.
He both seemed to have pointed something out pretty important about SafeMoon, but then he also turned out to be a real piece of
And after War on Rugs, the SafeMoon army just really kind of rallied against
the SafeMoon army.
anti-scammers, and they made it their mission to expose the exposers with people like this.
This channel will be dedicated to exposing opportunists and shillers of FUD. FUD, for those that are new to the term, stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. My mission is to analyze and expose those that use FUD to manipulate you for their own personal gain.
Now I know what you're thinking. With Rambo over here going SEAL Team 6 on all the haters, SafeMoon must be doing pretty well. And it's true, they decided it was a good time to clear up all the FUD once and for all with a smart contract audit.
Today, the SafeMoon audit just dropped on our heads.
So that happened, except the auditors were like, yeah, your code kind of sucks, and there are major vulnerabilities. My favorite quote is that they said mishandling it can have devastating consequences to the project, to which SafeMoon was like, oh, well, you don't have to worry about that, because if we took your money, we'd get sued and go to jail. Now, of course, within a year of that, they would be sued and investigated by the FBI, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. SafeMoon, even for all its hype, just really still had problems internally. Like, people are leaving the company. Everything is kind of a mess. And maybe that's why at some point the ownership of SafeMoon was transferred over to Papa. And just so you guys understand, the SafeMoon community just, like, worship this guy. Here's an example. This guy says, Papa's literally a genius. XRP offered him $2 million to work with them, and he denied it. Any blockchain project would die to have Papa on their team, and Papa says, like, truth. Now, later, the XRP team would reply that they had no idea who Papa was and had never heard of them. But the point is, the SafeMoon people thought Papa was the reincarnation of Satoshi Nakamoto, and that he was going to usher SafeMoon into a golden age of prosperity. And now, did that happen? No. In reality, Papa just stole more money, like Kyle did, except he was a bit craftier about it, I guess. Like,
I'm saying lol, but I'm the one who lost 900 at this.
Liquidity pool,
Fuck.
Papa was different. He
Whatever.
had a story about it. He justified himself.
Not too bothered by it.
Saying he wasn't rug pulling liquidity. He was moving the funds in a fund migration from a version 1 liquidity pool to a version 2. And as they told it, it was for the people's benefit. In fact, every time Papa migrated these funds, he would send the same memes every time. Boom. But behind all the boomer memes, not all the money made its way over, and you might not be surprised to find out that some of it found its way into Papa's pockets. We first find a hint of this on May 12th when he says, I migrated the LP in a way I figured everyone would love. But here's what actually happened. I'm going to visualize what Papa should have done versus what he actually did. What was supposed to happen in a migration is that he would move the BNB SafeMoon pair from V1 to V2. Simple, right? Instead, Papa did something different. He took the BNB pair from V1, but kept the SafeMoon, and he only put the BNB into the V2 pool with a purchase of SafeMoon, meaning Papa got more SafeMoon from the V2 contract as well. Now, on the surface, this appeared to cause the price to spike because a huge purchase order was just made. But in reality, Papa was keeping gigantic amounts of SafeMoon that he could later sell for a personal profit. And the value of SafeMoon overall was falling. Once again, me and some researchers calculated how much in dollars Papa took, and here's what we found.
So Thomas withdrew liquidity 18 different times. He actually held on to $143 million worth of liquidity. The sum of outgoing SafeMoon transactions was about $100 million. Of that $100 million, $58.9 million went to Bitmart, and $8.1 million went to other undisclosed wallets.
I feel like I need to remind everyone, this is the same guy who also said this.
Our big difference is you're going to find that we're never going to rug.
So I guess turns out that was a big lie, and the money wasn't safe after all. But as with all things SafeMoon, things are about to get much worse. You have to understand, SafeMoon at this point was under a lot of stress, and the team was kind of fracturing internally. Karoni in particular was the most hated on the team. People didn't like how he wanted to run things. And here's one of SafeMoon's own developers, Hank Wyatt, blaming him for a lot of SafeMoon's problems.
That was an organized FUD attack. That was only a small amount of why the red candles were happening. John wouldn't let us lock up $250 million in liquidity. That's why all the FUD was happening. And when we asked him, hey, we don't need this money, we shouldn't touch it, and he said, oh, no, but we can still do some of it, and he wanted to run the LP. Yeah, it can lick my whole balls.
Now I know what you're thinking. I probably could have cut that last part of the call and you still would have gotten the gist.
It can lick my whole balls.
You know, I really think you have to hear these people describe John Karoni in its full glory to understand just how hated this guy was.
There's like no substance of a human there anymore. He's just a fucking dick.
He's just a...
Holy shit.
John's a fucking monster and does not care about his employees whatsoever.
This is going to sound really up, and I apologize in advance. The only time I like John is when he's depressed.
See, the picture. Basically, no one liked Karoni, and this rift only escalated with Operation Phoenix.
First signs of this was when John started talking about Project Phoenix, which he then changed.
Dude, why does everyone hate
Phoenix
Johns,
because
dude?
he spelled it
John
wrong and
Swan,
refused to
John
admit that he just made a
Phoenix.
spelling error,
Every
and I have no
bird
idea
John
why,
is getting
but it
fucked
will
up,
haunt
dude.
me to the end of my life because he literally could have just switched it, and instead he is running with it to this day.
We're fast approaching our full unveil of Operation Phoenix.
But he starts talking about Project Phoenix. The rest of the team doesn't talk about it at all, which didn't seem like much at the time until later on when we get the leaked audio.
Can you explain what the Operation Phoenix is?
Nobody can explain what Operation Phoenix is, including John.
Operation Phoenix is a little bit of a
Operation
journey, but it's
Swan.
mainly a bunch of different complex things
Dude,
coming
this John
together,
lied too with
to
SafeMoon.
create an evolution.
Why are all the
He has
Johns
a lot of
lying?
claims of what it can be or what it could be. It started out as banking the unbanked in Africa, the most overused phrase by anyone who has a lot of money in the crypto space. Talked about how it was going to be utilized as a currency in the Gambia. Then it became about windmills and clean energy. Then it became about burning tokens with those windmills. Somehow the phrase every turn a burn became a thing for a while. Nanotechnology was used at one point, according to them. I can't go any farther than that. Truly, I'll just keep rambling about it. It's gobbledygook. It makes no sense.
So to summarize, John is off doing whatever Project Phoenix is, and he wants to use the SafeMoon war chest to fund it. Meanwhile, the core team kind of hates John, they resent him, but they can't kick him out because he's the CEO. So instead, they decide to start a new project. They call it Piggy Bank Token.
So the idea of Piggy appeared to just be their next attempt to do whatever it is the team wanted to do without John. That was another example of the rift that seemed to have been...
That's like when you make a separate, like, Discord... Dude, that's the equivalent of making a separate Discord voice chat and having all the same people minus the person you don't like, dude. Just like the John Swan Janko shit, dude, and the High Tree shit. So fucking... Except with a crypto company. So fucking funny.
But the
they're running their
anti-Karoni
company
team
like a
decided
Discord
They
server.
weren't going to leave SafeMoon quietly. Many of them wanted their cut of the pie. Hank Wyatt, for instance, wanted a $3 million severance package.
His best interest is to give me my $3 million severance package.
His big plan was to use his ownership over SafeMoon's various social platforms as leverage.
Kind of forcing his hand on that one because I also own the Twitter.
But this bad attempt at blackmail sort of backfired on Hank when this audio call
$3
leaked,
million
and Hank was
for
basically just
Twitter.
kicked out immediately. The whole team would eventually be replaced as well, as Karoni realized what had happened with Piggy. But I started to wonder, was it just Hank looking for a payout? Do you think Thomas, Kyle, these guys basically got paid off to not become like permanent enemies of SafeMoon?
I believe that Kyle, we had a discussion, they were in legal discussions with their lawyers about suing SafeMoon to regain control. Thomas said that he'll honor whatever Kyle agrees to. One of the things that they were going to ask for was to be paid to go away, essentially. I'll sue you for all this fraud and all these things, and you will very possibly have criminal charges, and then he gets a payoff. I believe he got a payoff and went away because it just disappeared. He never said a word to us about what happened.
Well, those are quite the allegations, but in order to understand whether they're credible, we need to start talking about John Karony.
All right, so hey, I'm John. I'm the CEO of SafeMoon.
We already know most people didn't like him, but we're going to take our own look at him and decide for ourselves. Karony's past is mostly...
I don't even know what races
He worked
do,
for the Department of Defense,
honestly,
and his parents are both
winning
former
now.
CIA.
Does it
And
just
it's
give
clear
you
from the
rings, I
beginning
guess?
That he wanted to run a much different SafeMoon than the other guys. He saw himself as something of a tech visionary, and he saw SafeMoon as the vehicle for that. He said SafeMoon was a technology company.
We're a 9-month-old blockchain innovation company, a tech company.
They were going to build products like a crypto wallet and, yes, Gambian wind farms. And it wasn't until September 2nd that Karony would truly get his chance
Hello,
to fulfill
DJ
this
Default.
vision.
How you
He was
doing?
already CEO, but a lot of people were struggling with him for power and for influence. But after the piggy bank token disaster, Karony really got the chance to clean house. And he was about to get his chance in the driver's seat. Now, when most people talk about visionaries, you think of Elon Musk or Steve Jobs. But everyone forgets that 99% of visionaries are just all talk.
First they think you're crazy, then they fight you, and then all of a sudden you change the world.
And Karony basically fits this second model. He talks a big game, but he kind of lacks the track record. Let's start with the Gambian wind farms. Remember that this is that Project Phoenix thing we heard so much about.
Welcome, SafeMoon Army and the wider tech audience.
SafeMoon
to the
Army.
Operation Phoenix reveal. Let's start with wind. We've given you a lot of teasers regarding the wind turbines, but here are the details. The use of wind power has proven viable, and just as small plane wings have evolved over the years, so can the physical designs of turbines.
Now wait a second. I know what you're thinking. That wind turbine, it looks pretty good actually. And that's because it's someone else's wind turbine. A company called Symptive made it. Here's the actual CEO.
This is Nemoy, and a small-scale wind turbine to generate simple, affordable, and reliable.
Lol, he stole his
I don't know about
fucking
you, but
footage.
the fact that SafeMoon didn't build the technology in their tech demo seems like a bit of an issue.
But here at SafeMoon, an issue is just an excuse to innovate.
So what was that innovation? Well, if you can get past PhD level word salad, basically they put little dots on the windmill and claim to make it more efficient. Which, gonna need to see some evidence for that one, fellas. And SafeMoon's other technologies aren't much better. SafeMoon launched their own crypto wallet, which was supposed to replace the popular Trust Wallet app. The only issue is...
It seems to be a one-to-one copy of the Trust Wallet, but now it has the SafeMoon logo on it and has the SafeMoon colors.
And all of this is right in line with SafeMoon's business practices from the very beginning, when they took B Token, renamed it, and called it a big innovation. Or, sorry, they called it an evolution.
SafeMoon is the evolution. SafeMoon is the evolution.
Create an evolution.
And you have to be willing to evolve.
Evolve.
But now that we've talked about SafeMoon's contributions to technology, we need to talk about the one thing they did that does seem original, and that's the V2 contract of SafeMoon. See, SafeMoon was still getting flack for being the clone of a rug pull, so they decided they were going to upgrade it. Now, mind you, this is different from like the V2 liquidity pool we talked about Papa migrating to.
Okay, let's
is an
see
actual
what we
upgrade of
actually
the
get. I'm gonna pay
token
attention to my
itself.
coin count or ring count.
Unsurprisingly, this upgrade would turn out to be a total disaster. The big
Oh, my
difference
ring
is
count's
the
covered by
version
Meta
were really
PCs.
the changed
Lol, get a
fees.
Meta
Instead
PC,
of
code
10%
Bubbleax.
tax split 2 ways, there were now 4 different uses of the fees, as well as a switch to a proxy contract.
It
But
doesn't seem to give
the
me
big
anything.
question became, how do you
Unless
get
it only
everyone to
gives
switch over
me
to this V2 token? They didn't
the
want to split
reward
the
after the
community,
result-
so they
the
decided
race
to
is
force
done.
people to switch using an 100% tax. What could go wrong?
The big one
It
is
didn't look like I got
regarding
anything.
The 100%
Yeah,
tax. Yeah. So
Unless it was
basically,
XP.
we were shutting down V1.
Would you rather
Yes,
poo
they
in your
raised
shoe or
their
pee in your
tax of
radiator?
SafeMoon from 10% to
Probably poo in my
100%.
shoe because I could
And
clean
the
that out and
intent
fix
is to make
it.
the
If I
V1
peed in a
token
radiator,
useless
it would
and
break
force
the radiator, right?
everyone to migrate their tokens over to V2 where it's actually usable. The problem, of course, is that a lot of people who invest in SafeMoon aren't tech savvy, and when you send money on SafeMoon with this 100% tax, which you can do, you get completely wiped out.
Essentially, if you tried to do anything but migrate your tokens to V2, you would lose all of your tokens.
Where to go? Hey, newsflash, SafeMoon and anybody else out there. It shouldn't be that complicated.
Now, it turns out you can actually calculate how much people lost in this SafeMoon V1 100% tax thing. And here's what we
Did
found.
I lose all mine?
So the 100% tax was implemented on December 29th. After summing up the incoming SafeMoon and BNB and its historical value, the total losses added up to $102 million.
Holy shit.
Wow. $100 million.
It's safe, by the way. We're going to delete it all in a month.
These lost tokens, they went to the liquidity pool. And we know who controls that, John Karony. Now, it's
Whoa.
worth saying that some in SafeMoon said that they were going to pay people back for these losses. This guy, the FUD Hound, who you saw earlier, real name Ryan, he said that they were going to refund people affected by V1 taxes. 2 weeks later, Ryan would resign or get fired, depending on who you believed. Ryan said he felt forced to follow his code of ethics. Karony said he was fired for breaching confidentiality. Maybe he just said a little too much. But I'm sure losing one of your community figureheads isn't that ominous. I'm sure everything's fine, guys, right? Honestly, this is where SafeMoon really goes from like kind of a disaster to full on everything's falling apart. So it's going to feel like we're jumping around at times, and I
Make a
apologize
Google
for
Docs.
that. In fact, I
Yeah,
actually
accurate.
forgot to mention, we kind of skipped by the fact that at this point, the FBI had actually started investigating SafeMoon. So, you know, there's that.
Hank was visited by the FBI at one point, asked about all of us.
I guess it says something when an FBI investigation is a side item that you're like, oh yeah, did I mention that? And not only that, things got worse, of course, because calls leaked of former SafeMoon members talking about deleting evidence in case of an FBI investigation.
You also got to be careful because if they
Me
believe
the
that
chow, black chow, yeah.
hide evidence,
No, if you're deleting it before being subpoenaed,
Involve 'em
you're
now.
not deleting any evidence of anything. You're just deleting your messages.
It's a true
That's gonna be so OP.
FBI operation here. Redacted everything.
The strategy seemed to be, you know, delete evidence before they tell us not to delete evidence, which we'll see how that works out for them. Although we may not have to wait that long because soon after this, a class action lawsuit was filed against SafeMoon. The creators of SafeMoon and all the influencers who promoted it were all accused of pumping and dumping the coin. And frankly, when you look
Damn,
at
is Scheme part of that?
97 pages of evidence, it does seem pretty overwhelming. Like I said, at this point, things were just falling apart. And while Karony would usually use this time to pivot to some new harebrained scheme he had cooked up, his interviews started to go a little differently.
There were a group of people who accused SafeMoon of false and misleading statements and not having the liquidity behind the currency. Are you talking to your community, or are you just hoping they all go away?
Yikes, that's probably not how he thought that was gonna go. Now, Karony gives the stock response, of course.
Again, we won't comment on an ongoing case, but SafeMoon will continue mission, will continue moving forward.
But you have to wonder what their play is here. SafeMoon is down 90%.
Imagine admitting
almost
crimes on
everyone has
Discord, I know,
abandoned
right?
ship.
I still have, unfortunately, the worst coin that ever existed, SafeMoon. I came on this show. I bought $40,000 of it, and I now have 2,000 left. So
And at this point, John Karony is really
Whoa.
sort of the last one standing.
Damn.
He's the last one left. And I'm sure the most relevant question many people have at this point is like this. Okay, look. Kyle took money, we get it. Papa took money, fine. The V2 robbed people of millions of dollars, okay. Maybe they'll one day pay that back. Karony sucks as a boss, fine. They're getting sued, okay. Actually, none of this is okay. But the question is Karony actively profiting from SafeMoon the way Kyle and Papa did? Is he misappropriating the LP? As I'm writing this is still the sentiment in SafeMoon's Discord. These people still believe the great John Karony would never do anything sketchy. Quote, I can't imagine him doing anything unethical with the pool of money. So now we're going to shift gears and take a look at that.
I was
Is
the only one in
the
that
hero
race,
who
wow.
Picked out all the bad apples. Is he an out-of-touch visionary who bites off more than he can chew? Or is he something else? As I started my investigation, the first thing I realized with Karony is that he behaves differently than Kyle and Papa. He doesn't move liquidity around as much, but it's clear he's getting the money from somewhere. After all, he claims SafeMoon had 90 employees. So where did the money come from to pay for all these people?
Yeah, I love
Naturally, I
CoffeeZilla's
asked around.
videos. This is
They're
a good
paid
one.
to be on Bitmart.
All right, according to Ginger, Bitmart is the source of new funds, allegedly. Bitmart, by the way, is an exchange like Coinbase, and they were one of the first to list SafeMoon on their exchange. But the answer you just heard, that SafeMoon is being paid to list on Bitmart, didn't sound right to me. So I asked Bitmart via email, and they replied that they weren't paying SafeMoon. It was the other way around. Quote, SafeMoon paid Bitmart to be listed. So then the question is, how is SafeMoon making millions from Bitmart? Because we know they are. Recently, an employee came forward anonymously and told me that after SafeMoon signed the Bitmart deal, quote, John said to us that he was going to put us all in a new tax bracket. Although this person says they never saw any of that money. So again, the question is not if SafeMoon was making tons of money, but how they were doing it, since they weren't being paid to be listed. I had to dig in deeper. So I started to look at the way things worked on Bitmart, because it was a little bit different. See, Bitmart artificially implemented tokenomics the way SafeMoon always had, with a 10% tax. However, the way Bitmart did it was slightly different. Normally, 5% of each transaction would go directly to the liquidity pool, but Bitmart did it slightly differently. Quote, 5% will be returned to the developers to be added back to the liquidity pool for SafeMoon tokens. So instead of sending the fees directly to the LP, they sent it to SafeMoon's developers to do it. But go with me here. What if the money never made it there? What if Bitmart sent those fees to SafeMoon to put in the LP and they just kept it? That would be pretty damning, wouldn't it? But the question is, how do we find out for sure if this theory is correct? And this is when I realized I needed Karoni's wallets to figure out if he was getting large payments from Bitmart and what he was doing with them. Because bear in mind, Karoni was not a rich man before SafeMoon. So if he's getting millions of dollars from Bitmart, we know why. The problem is, Karoni was the most clever of all of these guys at hiding his wallets. Karoni is like a ghost.
Yeah, I
He
like
didn't
this
have
Roblox
anything
game.
on it. So to figure this
Only
out,
one
I
I've really
had
ever
to dig
played,
deeper
but
than I ever had before. I started by trying to talk.
kinda
to people who
grindy,
work
though,
for SafeMoon.
and kinda
I knew
pointless,
one of them
like,
would have seen Karoni's wallet.
there needs to
right?
be more
Like,
worlds
they'd
to run
paid by
around,
it.
and the races
I
need to be
can't
more
convince
interesting.
them
The
to
races
tell
are
me
just straight
what it
lines.
was. Now, obviously, most of the people I talked to said, "Well, I can't talk." Maybe they.
It's a
felt
good
threatened, or
foundation,
they felt
though.
like
I
they
like
were
the
under
foundation.
NDA, or they just didn't want to be part of a piece. Fair enough.
Like getting
But
faster
eventually,
by leveling
I found
up
the
and
right
stuff.
person.
And the
He said,
goal is
quote,
to just run
There's
around.
a lot of information
I like it.
surrounding SafeMoon, yes. I do have an NDA regarding internal things, but a lot of things I've witnessed aren't covered under that. Now, this person asked to remain anonymous for obvious reasons, because they felt threatened before by some of the members of SafeMoon, and they wished to not repeat that chapter of their lives. But when I got on the phone with this person, they were a goldmine. They had direct links to several of the team members and provided two really important wallets in particular. The most notable were a Kyle wallet, who's the creator of SafeMoon. And
I wonder
John
if the
Karoni's
Sonic
wallet,
model translates
which
to
they've
other
both been
Roblox
hiding,
games.
and
I
they
can just run
tell
around
us
as Sonic.
a lot. We're going to start with John Karoni's alleged wallet, which is this. The first thing we find is that he was receiving massive payments of Tether, totaling up to $15 million. And where did these payments come from? From
my God.
Bitmart. He also had 4
If you add
million
Zilla to
in
the end of your
SafeMoon.
name, you're either a
This
great
would all seem
YouTuber or
to
a shit
confirm
one.
the theory that
Lol.
the fees from Bitmart that were supposed to go to the LP may have been used by Karoni. After all, he said the Bitmart deal would put them in a new tax bracket. But in addition to that, I also saw something else, which
The
is
Ice World is pretty
millions of dollars
underwhelming. I don't
flowing
like it.
from Karoni's wallet to a familiar address. Not the liquidity pool, but Kyle, the creator of SafeMoon, the one we had been told had been paid off by Karoni. And this all corroborates the information that the Ginger gave me earlier.
I believe he got a payoff and went away because it just disappeared. He never said a word to us about what happened.
Not that this case is fully settled. We still have many questions, like what exactly was this $3 million payment to Kyle for? Where did the rest of the money from Bitmart go? I reached out to John Karoni about this, regarding this investigation, for over a month, to see if he had any way of explaining these problems. He declined to comment. In my opinion, it may just be that there is no good explanation for this, and Karoni just wants to stay quiet. But the question is, where does that leave us? The story of SafeMoon may not be over, but the winners and losers are basically decided. The winners are Kyle, Papa, and Karoni, who all made millions of dollars off this thing, not to mention the several SafeMoon insiders who we didn't even have time to talk about today. They also got a cut, and the influencers, they also got a cut. Basically everyone except for the real believers in SafeMoon won. The real losers were the people who held on to hope, held on to the belief that maybe if they just trusted this new fancy crypto thing, they could escape their dead-end job. Maybe they felt stepped on by the system like Kyle used to feel. Only for them, this time they were just stepped on again, just in a new way, in a new system created not by governments or laws, but by unregulated financial markets. The only real hope for justice here is that regulators do what they've been failing to do for so long in the crypto space, which is protect consumers from fraud. And ultimately, I do believe that's what's happened here. Fraud. I think you can get lost in semantics, in the stupidity smokescreen that SafeMoon kicks up. You know, you can get lost talking about the Gambian wind farms, but ultimately the real story is that SafeMoon said the funds were automatically locked up, your money is safe, and it wasn't. They took the money at the expense of the investors, and that's the story.
Nope, it's not enough.
Oh, come on. Look at all the evidence.
I'm telling you, Coffee, evidence does not matter. You're exposing things people don't want exposed.
Yeah, maybe. Either way, I'm just kind of glad it's all over.
Well, now that that's over, let's give the people what they really want. I just got a hot lead on Will Smith.
Wait, hold that thought, Maxwell. I just got a text from Papa. He wants to talk.
Oh, brother, you can't be serious. You're not really considering this, are you?
Of course I am. He could be the final piece to all of this.
No, he's not. I'm telling you, they don't want to know.
Pitches
I
brew.
do, and I'm taking
Look
this
at the
call.
little details in the background.
Next time on CoffeeZilla.
Oh, there's a sequel
This
video?
feels like fraud. This is fraud. I mean, how could it not be? You guys are millionaires, your investors are down 90%, and you guys are millionaires directly from a representation that was false. Do you feel bad for all the SafeMoon investors have watched this coin that they loved like plummet 90%?
Yeah, I do.
As you should, by the way. Did you ever suspect Coroni of fraud?
Yes. No, I didn't. I never got a payout that big. Never. I'm sure we'll see this on Netflix someday.
On Netflix? Lol? That's a good video. It's number 11 trending? With good reason. Oh, it came out a day ago. What else is there?
Let's say you just met a kid who...
Oh, fuck shorts, and I don't want to talk about meeting kids. I'm not Mr. Girl. Alright. What else do we have? He should put you in the next video? Why? Because I had $900? Maybe my explanation of why I got into it? Might be a nice clip to put in if he cares. Talk about... We could listen to Boogie talk about H3 for the millionth time. He just uploaded a new video.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie298 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. And I know some of you are going to be upset about the fact that I'm mentioning a fellow content creator by the name of Ethan Klein again, because I said that I wouldn't. But I feel like it's important enough here to talk about this, because it allows me to talk about cancel culture for a second, but it also allows me to talk about... It's a learning moment. It's a teaching moment for anybody out there who wants to learn the lesson that Ethan just learned. The lesson that...
What's this video?
I have chlamydia, which is my favorite STD. One of my
The
favorite
Continuous Downfall of Lovely Peaches from Poop to Prison by Internet J. Poop to Prison. By the way, I'm on my other account. That's why I'm not subbed. I'm on my secondary account. I forgot to sub there. I am subbed on my main. What? From Poop to Prison. Okay. Let's finish watching the Boogie video, then I'm gonna pee, then we'll watch Poop to Prison.
I have learned in the past. It's a lesson that you can learn today if you plan to have an online career. And now that I'm on this side of it, it does seem like common sense, and it probably will to you, but I still think it's worth talking about why it's so important. But I mean, it's in the Bible a couple of times. Judge not, lest ye be
It's
judged.
in the Bible.
Let he who is without sin cast...
Ethan should have listened to the Bible, bro.
Your chickens will always come home to roost.
Dude, wait, was that New Testament or Old Testament? Because if it was Old Testament, as a Jew, Ethan should have known. But if it's New Testament, then it's understandable that he missed it, as the Jews don't care about New Testament, only Old.
Reap what you sow. How many different versions of it are there? But I like to put it in a very YouTube-specific way. When you build an audience on YouTube by criticizing others, by mocking others, by unfairly judging others, that audience will eventually judge you, right? And you better be damn sure that when they turn their laser pointer eye on you, that you are ready for it. And if I'm telling you, if you are not without sin, you shouldn't be casting those stones.
Wait, is there a
I
leaderboard?
cultivated a very critical audience, right? I'm making fun of video games.
Most steps.
Making fun of myself. Making fun
Jesus.
of others and talking about drama online.
7
I'm
million.
cultivating a critical audience right now, and I know damn well that I will get judged for every little thing. I have been for years. And my thought process going into that is, you can judge me all you want. I know that I'm a good person. My friends, my family, everybody else knows I'm a good person. That's not how the internet works. The internet will make shit up, apply it to you, and then judge you for that. They will take your words, they will twist them, they'll do whatever the hell they want to with them to create some version of a straw man of you, and then burn that straw man. And it sucks when that happens. So you have to be really, really careful. Even if you know you're a good person, even if your friends and family tell you you're a good person, the person that you are portrayed as on the internet can be completely different. And you can lose everything pretty quick.
No, I'm epic in both
I didn't
regards.
mention this then, but Ethan ended up doing some.
I guess some
jokes on
people
his
online
podcast
think I'm a
talking about
crybaby or
homosexuals
something.
and tops and bottoms, and eventually he like offended somebody, so that person called in, and then he got into a bit of an altercation with that person. And I won't show those clips here because I think the things he said are probably enough to get demonetized here on YouTube. Plus, I don't want anybody in Ethan's camp taking this video down, but you can look it up for yourself. And honestly, the jokes weren't just jokes, but they were very edgy jokes. Not the kind of stuff that you would expect someone like Ethan Klein to tell. Well, I should correct myself. I mean, you would expect 2017, 2018 Ethan Klein to make those jokes, but in the last few years, he's reinvented himself as a very open-minded, very progressive person. So you wouldn't have expected him to relapse back into the old.
He's low-key calling Ethan fake here.
But that's what he did on his podcast, and then over.
Aren't
the
they
next
friends? He was on the podcast like 3 times.
Into his sponsors, showed them the clip
over
put
many
it into
years.
Context. I didn't see the letters, but whatever context they put it in, and he ended up getting dropped by a lot of his sponsors, if not all of them. And he talked about that on this week's show. And obviously, I hate this for Ethan. I hate this for anybody. When this happens to anybody, it's bullshit. Okay? Sponsors have to do what they have to do. They're going to back out when things get too hot. People know that, so the people that employ this type of thing are garbage people. You really shouldn't do that type of thing. It happened to me back in 2018. I was making good money. 2018 was my record year in the business, but then people didn't like the things I was saying. They didn't like the things I was doing. They took it out of context. They sent it to my sponsors. They made it out to be worse than it was, and I got dropped by almost all of my sponsors, leaving me to live off of YouTube ad revenue, which is still plenty, but certainly not as much as I was making from ad spots. The problem is, it's difficult for me to feel bad for Ethan Klein because he did the
If I
same
had no
thing
ad spots, I wouldn't
back in
care. I'm living
2000
happily
after
regardless.
Keemstar, and he taught
Ad
his
spots are
audience
nice.
to do this.
They're useful,
Taught
but...
them on Twitter, taught them online.
And they do increase my income by a large
Go after
amount, but I don't
Keemstar.
really
You might
need
be
it.
thinking, "Fuck
But
Keemstar."
that's not an
I don't
invitation for you guys to
necessarily
fucking
disagree with,
try to
right?
get my
I'm
sponsors
just
taken
saying,
away. Like, what the
it's
fuck?
a tactic that Ethan
But-
employed. So if you're going to use that tactic, if you're going to teach your audience how to do it,
And my sponsors are
then
good. They're good
that
products. I
audience
like Extra
obviously
Wallet. I've been
going
using
to
it.
do to you.
I use almost
And look, I'm
pretty much all my
honest. If you're
sponsors.
the kind of person that gets offended by a piece of media you saw,
And I used Ridged up until I got the
you're a
Extra
piece of
Wallet.
garbage, okay?
So.
Whether that's me,
Which I personally just
Keemstar,
like better. I just
Ethan,
like the
or
wallet
anybody
better.
Else, right? Like, let those relationships between that sponsor and that creator be their relationship. You don't have to pretend to
I'm
be.
barely paying attention to this. What the fuck is he talking about? I like Scentbird. I use it. It is boring. No one cares. What else was I gonna look at? Someone linked it to me. Oh yeah, the continuous downfall. I don't know anything about Lovely Peaches.
Goal of getting.
From poo to prison.
I have a goal of getting AIDS. That's one of my goals in life.
Oh, is this
And
Lovely Peaches?
When I catch
This
AIDS,
black
y'all
woman?
gonna have to catch me. Y'all gonna have to catch me to stop me. Cause I'm gonna be happy. Like y'all won't even be able to catch me, and that would be the first time.
I have no
won't
idea
be
what she
able to-
looks like.
Y'all, I'm at the mall, social distancing my ass. I ain't scared of no virus. Nah, 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 boo, boo.
Oh? What's going on? Why is she, wait, why is she turning into like a rabid animal? What? Why is she like screeching on the floor like on all fours? What?
Hello ladies and gentlemen, Internet Ajay here, the subject of a recent Rise and Fall video on YouTube. Today I'm going to be doing a deep dive into the case of Lovely Peaches. Sadly,
Okay, I need a piss, one sec. This is gonna be interesting though, I don't know anything about Lovely Peaches. She sucked her dog's penis? What?
I won't be discussing the edible juicy fruit, but rather the concerning social media star. She rose to popularity in 2017 by doing what most normal teenagers do and ate menstrual blood, consumed feces, and flashed people. Peaches' content was often used for reaction videos, which allowed her to amass a cult-like following. One of her songs, Burning and Itching, even went viral on TikTok. Beyond Scut, she was also called out for allegedly abusing her daughter Cora. And most recently, she was arrested for claiming to have thrown her dog out of a window. Now, while many people are entertained by her antics, others are seriously worried about her mental health. This is the continuous downfall of Lovely Peaches. Before I get into it, I just want to thank today's sponsor, Gemstone Legends. Gemstone Legends is a fantasy puzzle RPG game based on match 3 fighting mechanics. You can match gems both in lines as well as diagonally. Additionally, every hero can match gems 3 times in my lunch break at work when I'm waiting for a freezer and faster. Do not miss questionable coochie, content. Back to the video. Lovely Peaches' real name is Brittany Johnson. Her story is an unfortunate one as it's believed her mother died when she was just 15 years old. She also ran away from home multiple times. Turning to social media as an outlet in 2016, Johnson posted some, questionable coochie, content. She consumed menstrual blood, drank urine, and ate poop. In fact, her palate was so sophisticated she even had her own poop preferences.
Hey, why do you eat shit?
Because it tastes very good. My favorite shit would be green shit. It tastes really good.
Beyond that, Peaches had recommendations for a good meal as well.
My advice to all the ladies out there, if you really want a good meal, when you're on your period, get like a cup. And when you use the bathroom and you shit and pee at the same time, get a cup, take that cup, go on the toilet like this, scoop it up, and drink it. It's gonna be the best thing you ever taste.
The content Peaches provided went viral due to how outrageous it was.
Did people actually try that shit?
I told you stop hitting me.
Her videos were so bizarre, people couldn't wait to share it with their friends to see their reaction. As a result, they spread on Stan Twitter and became embedded in internet lore. As sad as it was, Peaches' unstable behavior only helped fuel her growth. She frequently had thousands of viewers tuning into her Instagram live sessions. Essentially, Lovely Peaches was a walking, talking, breathing version of Two Girls, One Cup, or just a popular version of Chris Chan. Take your pick, it doesn't really matter. Eventually, Brittany Chan caught the attention of some very famous people. For example, she went on Instagram Live with singer Molly Trevejo after trying to visit her home unsolicited.
Girl, I went inside your house. I got your shirt.
Girl, no, you didn't. Stop hallucinating.
I love you so much, Marlo.
You went inside my house? Don't do that shit again, bitch.
She then repeatedly hit herself and flashed her genitals to Malu, who was only 17 years old at the time.
Is Malu like a famous singer or something? That she was like a fan of and she got like... She got to talk with briefly. Oh
What?
yeah. Oh yeah, 11 million. Yeah. Holy shit.
What the fuck are you smoking?
She must be like regretting her career. Like, what type of fans have I created when watching this?
In June 2017, Peaches turned one of her most popular videos where she said her privates were burning and itching into a song with the same name.
It be burning and itching, burning and itching. Itching and burning, it be burning and itching, burning and itching.
The song later spread across TikTok at the speed of herpes, which was ironically the condition she may have had.
These fucking lines that Ajay has and the way he delivers them is so funny. He just delivers them so straight-faced. It's fucking great, dude. I want Ajay to make my scripts if I ever script videos.
Stanky fishy, stanky fishy, stanky fishy. I got STDs. They make my coochie itch.
In 2018, things went from bad to worse when Peaches was accused of abusing her daughter Cora, who she had when she was just 17 years old. It all started when Johnson outrageously claimed Cora was when she was only 5 months old.
What?
She was already repeatedly by the age of 5 months.
Peaches then added that her biggest fear was that her daughter would have a good life.
My biggest fear in life is that my baby is going to have a good life. So that's why I want to make her suffer.
She went on to say she dropped her, kicked her, and left her bleeding.
Yes, I do abuse my baby. I punch, I slip, I slap, I kick my baby. I be kicking her in the head. I literally one time dropped on her head until she started bleeding out her mouth.
Finally, Johnson stated that she was going to continue physically and sexually abusing Cora.
I have sexually assaulted my baby. Like, I would literally sometimes I take my long fingernails and I put it in that hole until she started bleeding. I'll be fingering that little baby hole. I've kicked her, slapped her, punched her. I honestly, there's
Comparing this monster to Chris Chan is an insult to Chris Chan. I want to dislike, but I know he's the messenger, not the...
Nothing that I haven't done to her. Like, there's nothing...
No, not female. Dude, that's insulting to EDP. That's an insult to EDP.
that I haven't done. Like, yes, I do baby for y'all asking. And there's gonna be a lot more of that in the future. Like, I'm gonna keep using my baby. And for y'all who are pressed, I don't give a f.
The absolute depravity
of... Yeah, I know, but... I mean, it's really comparing, like, multiple shits. Well, I mean... Lovely Peaches would see that as a good thing. But it's like comparing different shits, like which is the worst shit. Like they're all shit, right? You know. Having sex with a 13-year-old as someone in your 30s, that's bad. Having sex with your elderly mother, that's bad. Sexually abusing your 5-month-old baby consistently. I mean, they're all really bad. But if I were to say which one's the worst, I'd say the Lovely Peaches one. Because... she just said she did? Turn up the video? Okay. I mean, they're all bad, right? It's just, you know, it's all bad. There's no point in measuring how bad it is, but I just think it's worse. I don't know.
Of her words concerned the entire community. YouTubers made videos about her, the hashtag SaveCora trended on Twitter, and there was a Change.org petition with 75,000 plus signatures. As the situation intensified, Peaches kept upping the ante. For example, she wrote this in an Instagram caption. "Stupid ass bitch, I wouldn't even come to your funeral, don't ever think I love you, you was a mistake and it a disgrace it going to grow up to be a lousy piece of shit. You won't be nothing when you grow up, crackhead ass. Honestly don't have no kind of feelings or emotions for you, the day you was born I wanted to throw your ass away, I was hoping I could have left you at the hospital, should have aborted your ass, la ho." Peaches then posted a video trying to sell her off.
Okay, so what would be, since I got you on a better connection now, what would be the requirements for you to buy my daughter?
Well, she has to be a virgin. Is she a virgin?
No, she's not a virgin.
Well, how many times has she done this before?
She first lost her virginity at 4 months. I would say she had sex at least maybe about 5 times in her life.
Going even further, she revealed Cora had passed away.
So Cora Miracle is dead. I'm sorry, it's hard not to smile and be serious because I am kind of happy that I no longer have to worry about a child. I wasn't very happy or pleased with what I gave birth to. So when I had her alone, I pretended like I was giving her a bath. So in case I had to talk to any police or doctors, I could say it was an accident. So you know what I'm saying? So I put her in the tub. I got some very slippery baby oil shampoo. Yeah.
Well, people are saying she's faking it. Well, I'm sure Internet of J will say what's up.
Oil shampoo, it was very slippery. So I put that on my hands purposely, so at least, you know, it will look like an accident. So I planned it out absolutely perfectly. So I kind of rubbed it all over my hands. I grabbed her and I literally dropped her like this in the sink, and she was crying her ass off. Like, she almost busted her head wide open. She was crying. She was in a lot of pain. So I found that completely hilarious.
Concerned, several internet sleuths found her location in Louisiana and leaked it online. Armed with this information, many people then reported Johnson to the local authorities.
Yeah, if people think what she's saying is real, which I don't blame them, or, I mean, maybe this, I don't know, but doxing is okay in that scenario, 100%.
However, nothing really materialized from these efforts. She wasn't arrested, there weren't any mugshots, and Peaches kept being, well, the polar opposite of peachy. It wasn't until later when a group of people, including a YouTuber named Margot Indigo, discovered the deep dark truth. It turned out Peaches only had custody of her daughter for about 1.5 months, then lost it after running away from home. Margot Indigo later explained everything in a Twitter post. By the way, Peaches does not have custody of her daughter nor ever will again. Her grandparents have custody and she is only allowed supervised visits. She has lied constantly about having Cora in her custody. Don't fall for it again, this is how she gets attention. What Margot wrote made a lot of sense considering a lot of the photos Johnson posted of her daughter on Instagram look similar to one another. On top of that, Cora never seemed to age as one would have expected. And when there were more recent photos, a relative was often seen crassly cropped out. It was obvious Johnson was just using photos from a certain time period over and over. It was evident Peaches suffered from serious mental issues and needed help. I mean, talking about harming or sexually abusing your daughter is just plain immoral. However, there's more to the story. Before the social media fame, Johnson turned to prostitution to make ends meet, and many clients were older men. People also speculated she was sex trafficked as a kid, which explained her odd fixation on the topic. Now, while this provided context to her behavior, it doesn't excuse it in my opinion. But I'm just glad Cora is safe with her grandparents. As a result of the whole situation, her TikTok account was deleted. Unfortunately, Johnson's insane antics provided her with a consistent fan base, which in turn only fueled her negative behavior. She loved the attention, there was no denying that. And while her mental instability was sometimes taken advantage of by others to create a public spectacle. For example, the rapper Whoa Vicky convinced Peaches to go to her rival Bad Baby's house and beat her up. Shockingly, she actually tried to harm Bad Baby. Personally, I think this was really messed up because the situation could have ended badly. Fortunately, everyone was okay. Sadly, over time, Johnson's negative behavior only escalated. In January 2021, she posted a video roughly picking up her dog. Another time, Peaches sprayed him in the face with perfume. Johnson then claimed she threw her dog out the window. After being reported, the police immediately visited her residence in DeKalb County, Georgia. One of the officers informed Peaches that threatening to harm her dog wasn't funny.
Okay. Mine?
Why would you make that
For followers.
Peaches then revealed she was diagnosed with both depression and anxiety.
Have you ever been diagnosed with anything?
Just depression.
Depression, bipolar, or anything like that?
Just depression.
Just depression.
And then anxiety.
Anxiety?
Finally, Johnson mentioned she did everything so a label would sign her.
I mean, is there a reason you do what you do?
So a label will sign me and I can live good.
So someone will sign you and you can live good?
She's retarded?
I mean, like I said, I
that
don't...
makes sense. You know, I want a good life for me, my dad, and my daughter.
I think no label would want to even go close to that. What?
Some of the antics you pulled on Instagram, it's not normal.
You know, but that's why I have so many followers.
Fortunately, the poor Jack Russell Terrier was seized by authorities. Peaches was also arrested but later released. Personally, I think Johnson is mentally ill and needs serious professional help. She initially grew to fame by doing gross stunts like consuming feces or period blood, but turned wildly unstable over time. I mean, Peaches flashed people, threatened—
Turned unstable after eating feces. So feces was the start. I like how it's like, well, I don't like it, but it's from poop to prison instead of like something else to poop. Like that's the starting point.
To abuse her own child and actually did abuse her dog. She once even hired someone to harm Charlie D'Amelio for no apparent reason. Now I can somewhat empathize with her as she claims she does everything for financial reasons. Considering she resorted to prostitution and ran away from home multiple times, it's understandable that her income from social media is important to her. Plus, she stated she's trying to get signed so she can promote her music. Notably, she has over 17,000 monthly listeners on Spotify and has released multiple songs. But honestly though, if you ever get to the point where you're threatening to kill your dog or your daughter, then social media is just not for you. Getting that toxic isn't worth any amount of money. No rational human being would say or do what she does. There's certain lines you don't cross, and Brittany passed them all at an Olympic pace. I genuinely think she needs to stop and seek professional medical attention. The sad truth is many of her followers don't care about her and just want to see her dumpster fire of a downfall. I really hope Peaches realizes what she is doing is not okay before she gets seriously hurt or worse. However, at this point, only Johnson can help herself. There's only so much people can do, and the onus is on the person to want to change. Who knows what will happen in the future, but I wish for the best possible outcome for Johnson. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribe.
Wow. Okay, I guess she went to prison briefly for the dog stuff. From poop to prison. From enemies to friends. My videos are better. Okay, I'll react to it, that timestamp. I'll tell you what I think. Why am I so yawny right now?
Oh,
6:57. Okay.
Big loser.
You know, recently I thought we were in somewhat good terms. You know, you have an event. I've been trying to talk about your event as much as possible.
So this is in response to your video?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can already tell he's so sad.
That's it. Not okay. You know.
I think Anissa has good insight on
Yeah, So I have a relative with I'm not saying he has BPD, but I have a relative with BPD.
Yeah, this is the good part. This is like good insight.
And I think a piece of me felt really sad watching this because I genuinely think. I don't think Keemstar, a lot of the time, understands when he throws stones. I don't think he, understands when he's doing things that are hurting people.
I agree.
So then when somebody responds with the same energy, I think he feels genuinely like he's being attacked. And then
she's hitting the nail right on the head.
He gets, then he's like, well, now I have to fight. And I think it, Keemstar aside, anybody in it, like when he was talking on the phone, it did kind of make me sad, like genuinely.
I think that's a generous interpretation, but there is a lot of sadness there.
I think he respects Ian a lot more.
He really wants to be your friend.
I think
clearly.
he wants to be Ian's friend.
Yeah.
And I think he was happy that Ian was reaching out to him and felt like they had mended that. And
Why is she is she diagnosing him? I don't think she is. I think she's just saying like his mindset. She's getting insight from like a private phone call she overheard with iDubbbz and Keemstar, right? Where Keemstar felt genuinely upset. Or maybe she's just referring to the Twitter video he made. I don't know. But I do think Keem, yeah, I do think what she's saying is pretty accurate.
he feels betrayed.
I don't know about BPD. BPD, I don't know. I don't know enough about BPD, and I don't want to diagnose anyone. I don't think he has it. I've been obviously operating under the assumption that he doesn't, because you always should operate under the assumption that nobody has any mental disorder until they say otherwise, because that's just the respectful thing to do. It wouldn't like surprise me a lot if he was diagnosed with that, but it also wouldn't surprise me if he wasn't diagnosed with that. Because again, I don't really know. Or bipolar, borderline. Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, they are different. Yeah, I might have just said the wrong thing. Oh, I don't know. I mean, obviously, Keem isn't a mentally neurotypical person. He's a very unique individual. Not saying that's a good or bad thing, but it's very clear that he's unique. That's why he's in the position he's in, and nobody else really is. And I think you'd agree that he's not a typical human being mentally. But that's not necessarily a good or a bad thing. And what specific mental differences he has or what they're categorized as, I wouldn't know. But yeah.
But like Ian, I mean, Ian's a critical guy. Like of every, he's gonna say what.
Yeah, I guess in fairness, like I'm sure you'll play the video, but the points he makes are like they're I guess valid in Keemstar's world, but I just don't feel like he really
didn't click.
Yeah, he didn't really understand that like the things he's been saying, like it is hurtful to me to suggest that we're like promoting the show or the creator clash in a bad way. So like I've been listening to what he's saying. I'll
Yeah, see, so he does. Yeah, so Anissa's right in when Keemstar says, like, you're not promoting creator class, and this is just my opinion, I could be totally wrong, obviously. It's just my, like, armchair psychologist take or whatever. So I don't take it too seriously or definitively, but, Keemstar is saying that, hey, this is probably not the correct way to promote it, and I think you should promote it in a different way. And Ian sees that as offensive and is like, what the fuck? But Keemstar just sees it as advice. And to be fair, if I were in Keemstar's position, I'm going to expose maybe some of my mental downfalls here, but I definitely would have taken it as like me giving advice as well. I would have assumed that Ian would be offended by that. Just being like, I think you should do that better, or I think this is like the way you should do it. Just take it or leave it type thing. Now I don't know how Keemstar gave that advice, right? Maybe the tone or the way he said it could have influenced Ian being offended or whatever. But if I were Keem, or if I were giving advice to someone in this vein, I wouldn't assume that they would be offended by it. But I guess he was, so. Maybe I'm mentally impaired in that way too. I don't know.
Listen to the Twitter Spaces that he
mentally
runs.
different.
I'd be like, that's bullshit, and I'm like storing that. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking talk about that.
So he's been talking shit.
A little bit.
Okay.
I mean, he's been. I mean, I shouldn't say talking shit. He's been talking shit on
critical.
how we're running the show.
Yeah, he feels like there's not enough drama. He said like he feels like we're promoting it wrong. We're not going to make the right amount of money.
Thank you so much for the 100 bits, Cammy. Are you Cammy from the John Swan thing? Regardless, I appreciate it. Yeah, let me rewind a bit because I had something to say on this.
Like storing that. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking talk about that.
So he's been talking shit.
A little bit. But
Okay.
he's been, I mean, I shouldn't say talking shit. He's been talking shit
Been
on
critical.
running the show.
Yeah, he feels like there's not enough drama. He said like,
Yeah, I don't think Keemstar's intending to talk shit here. When Keemstar, you can tell when Keemstar's intentionally talking shit. Here, I think he's just trying to give harsh advice. And I guess Ian interprets it as shit talk. Whether it is objectively or not is beyond the point, or besides the point. Ian interprets it as shit talk. Keemstar definitely probably didn't intend it as shit talk. Because the shit talk is usually way more harsh. I don't know.
like he feels like we're promoting it wrong. We're not going to make the right amount of money.
Well, he has an enormous well of experience.
Right. With
to speak from.
Yeah, the previous TikTok versus YouTuber.
Yeah, he was a part of that, right? They were like bankrupt. None of the fighters got paid, so.
Yeah, that's why it's like, I just don't, he doesn't need to do it. It's like, I don't mind him talking about the show and promoting it. I think that's helpful, but fucking like all the extra shit he puts on it is just way too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right though. There's a lot of sadness there. I mean, he's an orphan. I don't mean that as an insult. It's just a statement of fact.
Yeah.
And that's a lot to deal with.
I think him being an orphan has absolutely nothing to do with this. I don't know why Ethan brought up that comment.
I think like
that brings a lot of damage.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure it does affect him in some way, but not in this particular instance. Like, I don't think this has anything to do with that.
I think the older I get, the more I like
Same.
understand, like genuinely, that people on the internet, a lot of them, like a lot of people aren't. I had a therapist say to me, like, most people don't wake up trying to ruin other people's days. Like, that's a very
And then
rare
there's
person.
Keemstar.
But like, so you try to interpret as much as possible that like when somebody's doing something, even if it's hurtful, most of the time they're doing it as a defense mechanism, even if it's
That's
really
true.
messed
It's
up.
definitely
As a defense mechanism, or they don't mean it as being insulting, and then it is insulting. Like, I think what happened is, like, Ethan starts this event, right? Creator Clash. And then we watched it earlier in the stream. It was a while ago, so I don't blame you if some of you guys left. But we watched, or maybe some of you guys already watched it, iDubbbz's newest video, where he talks about how other influencer boxing events were run, and particularly Keemstar's comments on it, to represent that. So basically, Keemstar was saying, like, as like a friend, he wasn't trying to be like hostile. He's like, oh, when you're promoting a boxing event, you gotta have external drama, and you gotta have go for the knockout, and you gotta do all this stuff, which iDubbbz doesn't want to do for his event. I apologize for the yawning. That iDubbbz doesn't want to do for this event. And then Keemstar is being like a little aggressive with it because maybe he thinks it's the only way to do it, and he thinks that the event will fail if he doesn't do it that way. But iDubbbz sees it as him poking at him and like talking shit, but Keemstar means it as like advice, like tough love type advice. So Ian makes a video explaining his thoughts on Keemstar's comments more in depth. And to be fair, it wasn't a very aggressive video against Keemstar. It was just him saying his opinions. But then Keemstar took that as aggression and then felt really bad because he's like, I'm legitimately trying to help the student. He's just shitting on me back, right? So I think it's like iDubbbz takes what Keemstar's saying as aggression when it isn't meant to be, and then Keemstar's taking iDubbbz as aggression when it isn't meant to be. Yeah, so that's how I see it. I don't know if that's actually an accurate view of it, but
defense mechanism.
So like I think we actually watched that when we were eating poke, and it genuinely made me feel I felt sad.
What's the poke significance?
Well, talking shit is like, I wouldn't personally say shit talk. It was the clips that was shown in iDubbbz's video, so it was before his video where he's saying like, oh, the event should be like this, this, and this, and I think it should be this way, and I think iDubbbz isn't doing the correct job in promoting it or whatever. So it's not really like shit talk. It's more like, this is my opinion, right? But maybe he said it in an aggressive way. I don't really know. I didn't see the clips beyond what iDubbbz showed in his video. So...
Okay. I've got the bowl. I thought you were gonna spit up your fish or something.
No, I just like I think I don't know. I
I
know.
know if I was getting sick from the poke.
Yeah, I felt nauseous. It was the raw fish or Keemstar.
I just want to say, I agree with Anissa, and I feel like that's where the whole beef with Ethan and Keemstar as well. Is he
I
thought
do
when he
agree.
came on the show they would be buddy-buddy.
I agree.
See, this is good insight from AB. I'm glad he brought this up.
The problem with the man is like we had a good time, or I mean,
So they're talking about the 2017 thing that started the whole beef between him and Ethan.
I was brutally honest with him, but it was good.
Yeah.
And like, I apologize. So he got super mad at me because I was like, I know you guys are mad I talked to Keemstar. Well, you don't like him, but even though you hate him and I hate him too, which come off harsh, but whatever. But like, he's interesting and let's hear him out. And he was like, fuck you, you fuck. And I was like, I'm sorry, it was too harsh. I erased the comment. I did everything to like be a normal. And he would just never let this go. Like I try,
It's the betrayal.
And then he tried to ruin my fucking life.
Or the feeling of betrayal. I'm not saying that you did.
I mean,
See, this is nail on the head. This is nail on the head. This is exactly what happened, right? This is exactly what happened. So, Ethan and Keem had a good time on the podcast. H3 made a comment he shouldn't have in the comments saying, I hate him too, but hey, it's a good conversation. And then Keem's like, what the fuck? Right, rightfully so at this point. And then Ethan tries to like apologize and pull it back. It's actually in my video. You can like see it with the tweets. He tries to pull back and stuff. And then Keemstar isn't having any of it, and because he feels like so betrayed. So like, Ethan definitely made a mistake, but I think Keemstar had an overreaction, and then everything just spiraled, right? And then obviously there's individual faults on both sides for everything that had ensued past that, but I definitely think that's what happened. And this is my one criticism of Keem, I'll say, and it's just how he is, and I know he'll never change this, and it's fine. I'm not like asking him to change or whatever. It's just an observation I've seen is that, maybe you'd agree with me, is that I think Keemstar, for particular things, I think Keemstar overreacts, and then in addition to that, holds a grudge for like too long. He is willing to get rid of grudges though, like he was willing to make peace with Ethan. Right now I think Ethan's holding the grudge against Keem more than Keem's holding the grudge against Ethan currently, right? But I do think that Keem, overreacts when he feels betrayed. It's exactly what Anissa says. It's specifically the feeling of betrayal, even if it was like something small and it wasn't meant to be betrayal. Like it's the betrayal thing that really, really gets to him, right? And maybe part of that is his history with like the Leafy shit. I don't know if he was like that before the Leafy stuff because I wasn't following him for that long prior, like maybe a year prior. And maybe that's where it's developed from. Like the Leafy grade situation literally developed like this thing where he's like very averse to betrayal. Like for example, I'll share an incident where like I was making a video on Keemstar and I did like a little intro part and I was like, Keem has been through a lot of controversy. And then I show the footage of him on Blog TV, but I don't show the audio. It's just the visual footage for me talking over it. Like, Keemstar has been in a lot of controversies, and obviously people who see the footage know what Keem is saying in that clip, but for people who don't know, then people don't know, because I don't mention, like, the N-word or Alex. It's just showing the footage and then me saying he's been through a lot of controversy and then going into the next topic. And Keem got really mad at me in DMs and saw it as, like, a betrayal. Or, like, when I said, that Drama Alert covered dumb stories like Jake Paul holding Facebank's hand or whatever in my tweet as a joke. He saw that instead of playful jabs, he saw that as like a big betrayal and he got really mad. So I think like anything that he sees as betrayal, he has like a particular overreaction to. And I think that's what happened. I think that's what kickstarted the Ethan thing, and I think that's what happened here with the iDubbbz thing. Not that his feelings are invalid or anything, or wrong. I'm just saying that, like, personally, I think it's a bit of an overreaction, but hey, I mean, if you feel that amount of reaction's appropriate, then there you go, but I don't want to, like, try to psychoanalyze people or, like, point out, like, it's just not something I would do, I guess. But yeah, they're hitting the nail right on the head on why Keem does shit, which I find interesting. Like, Anissa has pretty, like, decent insight into why Keem does some of the things he does. Obviously, this is just a small aspect of Keem. This is just the like, him getting defensive and feeling betrayed, which is just one aspect of him and how he reacts to things. There's a whole slew of other stuff, but I felt like Anissa's comments here were accurate. I don't know if this is like controversial for me to say. I don't know if like Augie and Nick and everyone in the comments are going to be like, you're wrong, or whatever, you know. But I think specifically what they're saying here is pretty spot on. Ethan bring up the orphan thing. That made no sense though.
Man has, you know. Well, anyway, let's watch it.
We'll help you promote your event. I had you on the Twitter.
It's got to be
Spaces
hard though
talk.
to be like, how old is he? He's 40. Just turned 40.
Yeah.
It's got to be hard to be 40 and just have like just a loveless life, you know.
That makes me so sad.
Yeah, no, I'm right. I'm just giving him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, that's why, like, he's, you know, the only girls who hang out with him are like right out of high school.
See, like, I don't know about this, like, this analysis right here. I don't know if I agree with what's being said right here.
There are some 18-year-olds
We
in
saw
high
him
school.
from afar, you know,
Yeah,
at
he
the
did.
Jake Paul event.
He lost a lot of weight, didn't
Yeah,
he?
he had like a whole posse. It was like a whole train, a parade. There's like
Of
a bunch of
18-year-olds?
like younger YouTubers like in
Yeah.
their career or whatever, and then just him in the middle with like his significant other,
Yeah,
and then
it's like daycare
some in the back.
when he hangs out.
And we had our masks on. So
He's
we
a chaperone.
we had but it was an interesting sight. It was kind of like seeing
Yeah.
a wild animal.
Did they ride in a school bus? It's a field trip. But yeah, I mean, look, it's got to be hard. I mean, the guy has a bar in his basement where he probably serves underage girls alcohol, and you know,
Oh
that's
my
just what it
God.
is when you can't hang out
I
with
did
one.
see that video of
God
him
damn.
and Pussy. You guys like reacting to that?
Jesus.
Yes.
That was very interesting.
I did like
I loved when he was bringing out.
See, now everything here is just like, I mean, they're making jokes, so it's like whatever. You know, I'm not gonna complain at jokes, but if you're trying to make an accurate stance, psychological evaluation, or whatever they're doing, armchair psychology or whatever, then this part I don't agree with logistically.
Not like cheeses and bacon.
Wasn't that so interesting?
Ian doesn't want to play into it. Yeah. I feel like Ian and Anissa's view on Keemstar is very accurate and respectful. Obviously, Ethan's going to go a little farther because, I mean, they're in their feud, whatever. It makes sense, but...
And that was like the food. Oh, it wasn't bacon. It was jerky.
It was jerky. He had a plate of maple syrup, and they're eating it with a fork.
I love that.
Didn't Ethan say he liked you in DMs in response to Mudahar's tweet? Yeah, he did say that, and then he blocked me. So, I don't really know. But I'm not going to waste time thinking about what some guy on the internet thinks about me.
You could tell Pussy was not about it. It's like, this is some white people shit.
I feel like Pussy the whole time was like trying to figure out if it was halal or not what he was eating.
Oh, is he halal?
Shit, yeah.
But yeah, that was awesome. He just had jerky. That was like how Keemstar eats. I mean, the man is a fucking beast. He literally just eats beef jerky and maple syrup. Like, who does that except Sasquatch? He lives in Buffalo, New York. He lives in the forest. He's a fucking Sasquatch.
About your event, plug your event. You know, it all comes down to selling tickets, selling pay-per-views. That's what these events are all about.
Yeah, see, Keem thinks like the only way to sell the tickets is to do it his way. So he's trying to give helpful advice.
And you're trying to do something different. I'm interested to see how it's going to pan out.
Yeah.
But in this new video, it's like, it almost feels like we're at war against Keemstar. You know?
I did use a lot of Keemstar.
To apply Keem's pedo is scummy, though, I agree. I don't condone what Ethan was saying there.
Dark clips in the video because he was the main spokesperson for these points. I occasionally hear it from other people, but not nearly as often as Keemstar. I'd almost say it in every live space.
And the points that you're trying to combat are what?
Are that starting some drama is like strictly good.
So yeah, his video wasn't. He's saying his video wasn't specifically against Keemstar. He just used Keemstar as a lot of examples of people saying it because Keemstar is the most vocal. But it was more of like the overall idea of the more like drama fueled boxing, I guess. Like I liked Ian's video. I didn't have an issue with Ian's video. Yeah, I made a comment on this. I really liked hearing Anissa's perspective and what Ethan said about when Keem came on the podcast in 2017. I should have credited AB here because AB was the one who brought it up, but I guess I wasn't paying enough attention to who brought it up.
Right.
Because when I was listening to this, I was actually building this desk that I'm at right now and was listening to it like audio-wise, so...
And like, when someone says like, drama is good for your event, that like has so many connotations because it's like, yeah, I agree. What am I going to do about that? Like, I'm not going to... The only way to make drama happen is to either let it happen organically or you fake it. And, like, I'm under the philosophy that you should just let it happen organically. This is an example of it happening organically. Keemstar says some shit that I totally disagree with, so I make a video about it. And that's exactly why I made the videos, because I'm like, yeah, this could totally bring attention to my event. And he even addresses it in the video saying, like, see, this is good. This drama is good. I'm like, yeah, it's good, but it's not what you had in mind.
Right.
What you had in mind was me and Dr. Mike, like, saying some cringe.
Right. But you guys are both good dudes, and neither you are interested in juvenile drama.
It's cringe. It's not. That's not the crowd. I mean,
absolutely.
Maybe Keemstar's crowd would want to watch that cringe, but
as far as it coming across naturally, like we got some natural stuff going on. Dr. Mike doesn't want to do the pro fight; he wants to do exhibition. So that's, you know,
there you go.
That's some stuff.
Let's dig in.
We were genuinely shocked
Funny.
by that though.
Yeah.
We
but
thought he was down.
Yeah, just we don't want to force it, Keemstar.
But you know, there's a lot to be said for good sportsmanship too. Like, you know, people really love to see like good sports.
We also like found a bunch of secure people, like people that are secure in their life, happy.
Right.
They're not.
Mm.
So yeah, Yeah, I'm excited to see how this event plays out. I think I'm gonna go to it. I think I'm gonna buy a ticket. Let's just see what's up. Which seat should I take? For those, are these seats really that bad? The ones in the back? Like, is being in the back for these events really that bad? I'd imagine it being like in the back of a movie theater. Like, you have a better vantage point. Does anyone know like what? Okay, so the gray ones I can't get, and then the blue ones I can get, but obviously closer is like $1,000, $500, 500. Like, I'm not paying $1,000 just to see fucking Egoraptor's sweaty ass in my face, you know? They're not great. Go for a middle one. So, like, what? Should I go for, like... I mean, the closest I can get that isn't, like, the ludicrously expensive ones are, like, the second to last row. Do you think these are... It's way further back than a movie theater? Oh, shit. Get 218. Oh, yeah, because that's, like, the closest in proximity to the ring. Or 209 or 207. I'm gonna go since it's 2 hours away from me. Go for the 200 level. Okay. I can't get front row. Wavy web surface is 113. But when he said he was in 113, it already got, like, taken out. I would have wanted to go 113 with him. That's gonna suck because, like, I feel most people who are planning on going already got seats, so I don't even know who I'm gonna sit next to. Probably gonna sit next to, like, randos. I want to sit next to, like, people I know. Link up with a friend, sneak up closer? Yeah. Fuck. This is in Tampa, Florida. Oh, only the back seats are available. What? Oh, and if each dot is like a whole person's worth. Yeah, this is actually really far away. Yeah, wait, what? That's actually so far away. Hopefully it's like elevated up enough for me to actually see what the fuck's going on. But I always feel like this is way too close to the ring, so I don't want to like look my head up. I feel like the best seats would have been like, yeah, what Wavy got like here. Damn. You're 6 feet, you'll be fine. Would you sit with Keem? Is Keem even going? I don't know if Keem's going. I want to sit with, like, anyone that isn't a rando. I'll probably end up having to sit with the randos, though. I want to see if there's someone going who hasn't got their tickets yet. But I feel like everyone who's going has already got their tickets, because it's happening in, like, a month. Less than a month. I'm 6 feet. So anyone who knows about, like, stadium stuff, like, what do you think is the best seat I can get that's available now? Because I'm like 6 feet, keep that in mind. Like, will that make a difference? Oh, I'm not getting anything close to the ring. It's too expensive. I'm not paying, like, I could pay that much, but I really don't care enough. In the 2 range, yeah, anything in 200s is fine, yeah. We get something close up like here. He said on a Twitter space he's attending. If Keem's attending, he definitely shelled out the big bucks to be in one of these seats. Fuck. I need to find someone else who wants to go so we can, like, share hotels and stuff. I gotta figure all this out. Alright, any extra drama going on? this?
A lot of people don't know that the male turkey produces milk. What?
She literally has braces on. I know she's overage, but like... Mr. Girl's into that shit. That's all I'm saying. Which is totally legal and fine. Alright. Yeah, why does she have braces again? Wait, what's this?
I'm sure we can all relate to this feeling, wanting to look at your phone really bad, not knowing if there's an emergency with my kid or my parents or something. And then after the doctor left and I picked up my phone, I met with this, an all caps message from none other than Stephen Bonnell II, reading, BX Bullet, TV, do you have a sexual relationship with John Zerka? I'm sure we can all relate.
Do you like Starkiller? Yeah. Take Max? I don't know if he wants to go. Oh, it's a lot of money. Okay. Is there any like streams I can redirect you guys to? Let's see. We got Tipster. What's going on Twitch? You want to raid Jade? Alright. Let's do it. What's her name? Alright. I'll see you guys another day. Have fun. Yeah, the stream's over. I'm gonna go now. I've been yawning too much, and I wanna do some other stuff. Tomorrow? Maybe tomorrow. Maybe later today. Oh, I definitely need to stream on 420. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Have a nice night.